Hey everybody, welcome to the John Campea Show, the best damn movie show on planet Earth, coming to you live from John Campea's YouTube channel. This is the, what are we calling it?
The ladies show.
The non-Campea show.
You are with your Batman Beyond team today, folks, because John decided to give himself the day off. And when you're the boss, you can do that. So I'm going to be your host today, Chris Carr, but of course we're going to do all the same stuff. We're going to talk about movies, movie news, all kinds of amazing things, and of course got the whole Batman Beyond team here today joining me. They tried to keep us apart, but we are back together, baby. Mr. Robert Meyer Burnett is here.
Hi. Reunited, and it feels so good.
I missed you so much.
I missed you too. I got to see that picture you put up on Instagram. I looked at it all week, lovingly.
Thank you. I should cut my hair back like that, right? It was cute.
It was really cute. It was a very cute
much.
picture.
Oh, thanks, Rob. You're always cute.
By the way, Logan, no disrespect.
And speaking of cuties,
Too late.
joining us, coming with the Batman Beyond team today, joining me in the carpool, keeping the ride fun, Miss Amy Newman. How you doing?
Good. Try not to take it personally that apparently 8 days was John's max of what he could take of me.
I'm straight up out of here.
He said, I'm done. I'm out. Last day, good luck.
I think you're a fine addition to the crew.
Oh, thank
Absolutely,
you.
Absolutely. And Fridays are our fun day anyway, so
Friday,
that's why
baby.
you're here. Having a ton of fun over there by the moon is Mr. Ray Ora. Ray,
It's Friday, baby.
how you doing?
Good. There's a lot of gin in here.
We're professionals.
I don't know how to pour.
And the most professional among
Apparently
us,
you do.
producer Jonathan. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm just updating my resume.
Never mind. This is already going so smoothly. Oh my gosh.
We made it through the week, baby.
Yay, we
It's
did.
Friday.
And you
Let's
all
get
made it
this
through the week
going.
too. We are so happy you guys are here to talk to us. Let's get into how the show works. We are going to do a few things off the top, and then we'll get into your viewer questions. For once, John left us with your emails. I got into that Gmail account, baby, and I see everything he's subscribed to now. So let's get into a few off the tops before we dive in today. The first is this. Now, we talked about just yesterday, Daniel Kaluuya is not going to be in the next Black Panther movie. He decided to do Nope and everything, but he's also got another project on the back burner that is just so hotly anticipated. His Barney film is still in the works.
We've been begging for it.
Oh, man. We all wanted it so bad, and it's a-coming. In one of his statements about this to EW, he said, "Barney taught us, I love you, you love me. Won't you say you love me too?" That's one of the first songs I remember, and what happens when that isn't true? I thought that was really heartbreaking. I have no idea why, but it feels like that makes sense. It feels like there's something unexpected that can be poignant but optimistic, especially at this time now. I think that's really, really needed. Well, my first question is, Daniel, are you okay?
What does any of that mean? He's like, I feel like that makes sense. It's like literally none of that makes any sense, but go on.
I'm so confused by this. And y'all, my question mostly is, do we need this movie? I know we never need a film, but with that kind of description and going in a more dark and sinister avenue for Barney, I mean, what can we expect here? And are you looking forward to it?
Have you ever seen Peter Jackson's puppet movie, Meet the Feebles?
No.
Oh, you need to see it.
Okay.
Imagine some of Team America, World Police, some of the things that happen in that movie. Meet the Feebles is like that.
Super in.
It's if you guys haven't seen Peter Jackson's Meet the Feebles, they are remastering it for 4K. But I
Do you already own this in physical media?
you know what? I only have it on DVD, to be honest.
Oh,
How dare
Come
you?
on, man. I mean, it's what do you want me to say? It's
I appreciate your honesty, Rob.
yes,
Thank you.
I only have it on DVD. I know, but still,
you know.
I have it.
You lost a lot of
Ray?
street cred today.
Man, this is good.
Is it good enough to make you go, yeah, a Barney movie? That sounds cool.
Yeah. No, I missed the Barney train.
Oh, yeah?
But if you put Elmo in there and made a darker Elmo movie, I'd still be down. I mean, it would pique my interest for sure.
I think we're all going to need the race special, whatever he's got in that
Right.
cup before
Yeah.
we see it.
I
But
think so, too.
We don't need this, but then it'll be something different. It's a different take, and I always appreciate different takes on anything, especially a property like Barney, which could get really interesting. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'm genuinely curious what darker means. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you hear that and you're picturing like an edgy, like my first hope is just we get like Baby Bop as like a full Harley Quinn figure. Just like comes in like smoking a cigarette or some shit.
Wow.
But like, I got to assume this is going to be like Like, are we talking like dark and edgy, or are we talking like Pixar, where it's like they're animated films, but they get into some heavier, more mature, like life and loss and whatever.
Well, and
they're
those statements
dealing
about
with.
this too have just been about how it's going to be a live action Barney, which, yeah, that's what Barney was. It was a live action show.
Right.
But it is interesting to see the direction that they're going to take it, especially with an Academy caliber actor like Daniel.
Is he playing Barney?
I don't know. We tried to get on IMDb Pro to check it out and
Yeah.
find out some things. I
mean,
assume.
Can you imagine if the movies about the promises Barney made to the youth? Now the youth has grown up and is completely disillusioned and realized that all of Barney's promises were empty promises.
And that's what
And
the
now
statement sounds like.
They go after him.
Well, but Barney himself realizes how he's led a whole generation of children down the primrose path where they have no jobs, no homes, no hope.
I hope.
What do you do when you're Barney?
I feel like they really got to work in that, like on the schoolyard, like that. I love you, you love me. Let's get together and kill Barney. Like if they don't work that, then it's a missed
Sinister.
opportunity.
Yeah.
That could be the tagline.
Oh God, if the trailer doesn't at least have like the slow, like I love
It absolutely
you.
will. It absolutely will.
What if it's about the guy that used to be inside the Barney costume, and like he's just had enough?
Like Shakes the Clown kind
Like
of
he
thing.
looks like the guy from GTA 5, Trevor.
Yeah.
You know, the one that met
You know,
the meth head
as
guy.
someone who used to have to be a masked costume character, it is very soul crushing.
And he's
Say
like,
that for
all
free.
the times that someone actually like hit him in the head when they were filming, he took their name down. So later on in life, he would go after them.
Ray, are you okay?
Like, no one likes that idea. No one likes that idea.
I mean,
I love it,
I would
but are
watch
you
that
okay?
movie, but man,
and he
Coming in
he
hot.
goes after them with the Barney suit on.
shit.
That's
Right?
the last thing you see before you die.
Oh
Well,
no!
stop
This
it,
is one of the scenes.
Jonathan, please.
Right when he's about to kill you.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like the way he's coming at my picture right now specifically.
It is part of our hazing ritual for you. Oh my gosh.
Five Nights at Freddy's meets
It's
Barney.
real Five Nights at Freddy right now.
Oh wow!
But
It's a little
anyway,
messed up. But folks, the question is up to you. Are you interested in a Barney movie? Are you happy this is coming through? What are you expecting from it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, with that one out of the way, let's get into something a little more chipper. We have a fantastic live action Disney film coming out, and I know these have been pretty hit or miss for folks too, but we are now getting one of my favorite Disney movies. Lilo and Stitch is coming to live action, and it is going to be directed by the director of Marcel the Shell. This is adorable.
I actually think this is a great idea.
Right? I think this is great. Rob, why do you think it's a great idea? Tell me
Well,
about
I
it.
mean, Marcel the Shell is getting. I haven't heard. It's very interesting. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and Marcel the Shell have had the most positive notices I've heard all year from people. And I mean, did you talk about Marcel the Shell on the show?
I love Marcel the Shell.
Yeah, and I didn't see the original shorts.
Oh my gosh, you
So
have to.
but
cute.
but people love this stuff, and I think that Disney really, you know, when a director has a film that becomes part of the zeitgeist in some way, at least within the industry, Marcel the Shell is causing a bit of a stir. I think that this is great. Here's my question: a live action Lilo and Stitch movie, does that mean it's going to be like Sonic the Hedgehog and Lilo and Stitch are going to be CG characters?
Probably not
Or-
Lilo, but probably Stitch.
Probably Stitch.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I should say Stitch.
I would love a practical Stitch.
Well,
like
that's
a
it.
Grogu Stitch.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I hope it's a practical Stitch. I don't know what that's going to look like. You know, if they can do Grogu, I want to see a Stitch that's live action. I don't want to see a Sonic the Hedgehog situation where one of the characters is CG.
And I think that would take you out of the film too, because it is so much about finding a chosen family and really
Right.
like connecting. And that sister relationship in that film too is so important and vastly overlooked when we talk about everything that Disney does. I think it's one of the best examples of chosen family and having to take on responsibilities. Disney loves a dead parent story, and this is one that is really, really heartfelt and talks about when your older sibling has to step up too. I think
Yeah.
your big sister is such an important character in Disney. Now, Amy, you've seen Lilo and Stitch. How do you feel about a live action?
You know, I'm always a little hesitant with the Disney live actions. They're real hit or miss for me. I think there's always just that overarching, and as we said, no movie needs to exist, but there's always a little bit of a, we didn't need this. We have the animated one, and 9 times out of 10, those are just phenomenal movies. That
Except Cinderella. We needed that. Lily James.
Well, you love Lily James.
You good over there, bud? Anyways, I do think this could be really fantastic. And I hope they do kind of delve into, because I do think in a lot of ways, Lilo and Stitch vastly underrated film. So
Yes.
I'm excited to see it kind of getting some love and getting a bit revisited. Also, I think a Disney movie with darker themes than you see a lot. I mean, you
Yep.
have the dead parents, but then you're really delving into with the sister having to step up and what that means for her personal life. You know, this idea of loss. Even and I feel like I've seen sort of some cut scenes from the movie, and there's some of it in there. The concept of what it means to be a native Hawaiian and the
Right.
tourism, and there's themes and there's ideas in this movie that I think are so complex and interesting, and it's such a fun movie. Like the Elvis score and like Stitch is
Yeah.
such a fun character. So I think especially if they do kind of find some of that stuff and they're not afraid to lean into some of that stuff, this could be a real banger, as it were.
I agree, and I think that you say that it is I think it's underrated as well.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, and the things that you just cited could be fairly adult in terms of dealing with like the Hawaiian culture and the tourism and what does that mean and how do you retain when your entire culture has been commercialized
Yeah.
over the years.
And not to keep bringing it up, but I think Pixar's very much proved that you can make movies that get into kind of heady, complex themes and kids can still enjoy it. And then it can become a genuine hit. So I'm hoping they feel a little less scared to really
For sure.
hit the gas on some of those themes.
I say this as somebody who's not a parent, so I can totally be talking out my butt on this. But, you know, I think that's the age that you do address those kinds of issues because kids are still so open-minded and malleable and are willing to have a discussion on things and haven't had hard set opinions. Yep. It's a good thing. But
Agreed.
guys, the question's up for you. What are you thinking about a Lilo and Stitch film? Does Dean Fleischer Camp as the director coming on make you feel more confident in it? Let us know in the comments down below. All right, we got one more off the top for you guys, and it is this. First of all, Rob, did you know there's a Madam Web movie?
What?
I know. Mind blowing. Mind blowing in that they're doing that. Well, we have yet another
Wait. Hang on. Like Sony's doing a Madam
Sony's
as part of
doing
their
a Madam Web
Spider-Verse?
movie, which has made all of us every single time go,
Well, for
did I
what?
just black
for
out?
why, Chris?
For why?
For why?
For why?
It's hot in here, man.
indeed.
Man, I did not know that.
I keep every single time I'm like, I shouldn't retain this information, but they're doing it. They're doing a Madam Web movie with Dakota Johnson as Madam Web. Because you know what I've thought every time I
Wait,
see
what?
Madam Web? She should be hotter. She should be so much hotter. Give it to the 50 Shades gal. Well, we have another actor coming in, Adam Scott, who is an incredible, incredible performer coming off of his Emmy nomination for Severance, joining the Madam Web series. Now, I know, Rob, this is a film that you keep forgetting about, but does Adam
What
Scott...
film? What film? Oh, yeah.
Does Adam Scott joining give you any more confidence in this film or make you more excited? Does it move the radar?
You know, Adam Scott is I think he's a great performer, and he's had a really interesting, very diverse career. And I think he's like an MVP player. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know who he is necessarily, but people do. But I think whatever he's in, he does class up the joint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe with the addition of Adam Scott, I might remember that they're making a Madam Web movie. But to me, in my mind, it'll always be you mean the Adam Scott film? He's starring in Madam Web.
Oh, there we go. That's how I'll start announcing it.
How diverse are you in the Madam Web story? Like, do you
The what?
guys have any idea?
What story?
Do you have any idea who he could be playing? Because I have no
See,
clue.
Well, and that's what's so weird about this film is Madam Web is usually a more tertiary character in the Spider-Verse, right? Because she connects the multiverse,
Yes.
connecting other Spider-Men. She has a muscular degenerative disorder on top of having this kind of
And she's
second
old.
sight. Yeah, she was played by Stan Lee's wife in the animated series. Beautifully, by the way. But it's a very odd choice. But Sony also has been trying to do a lot of this like anti-hero, maybe more BC list characters, and they've done it so well with Morbius. So I'm not sure who he would play in this aside from other like one-off Spider-Man characters.
Yeah, it's a very odd thing.
Amy, I haven't got to talk to you at all about Madam Web. How do you feel about this in general?
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Madam Web. I don't really.
I've been cosplaying her for years.
But Adam Scott is a performer. I completely agree. Just someone there he is. Just someone I'm always excited to see pop up. And I think for a lot of people, it's like, oh, yeah, from Parks and Rec. So I honestly just someone, it's like between Severance and him getting an Emmy nod for that. It's like, okay, let's get him in some superhero stuff. So as a casting choice, I am very excited. And I'm going to give Dakota Johnson like I want her chance because the guy from that movie, I'm blanking on his name, was so goddamn delightful in Barb and Star. I'm like, let's have everybody break out from the 50 Shades franchise.
Jamie Dornan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like
great.
maybe
He's in
she just
Belfast.
needs her. Maybe she just needs her. Like, I'm not a huge fan necessarily, but maybe if she's in something that's really perfect for her, I think there's potential there.
I think so. I'm just a big fan of Adam Scott. I love him and everything.
Yeah.
He's tied to one of my most working actor stories. I was on Big Little Lies. I got cut, but I got to like briefly meet him and some of the other actors and ride in the van together. And the van's always the great leveler, right? Where you're all the same at that point. And the very next day, I had to go work my healthy spot job where I'm slinging margaritas and kibble, and in walks Adam Scott and has a moment of, and I just ran and hid because I was so mortified.
Why did you run and hide?
Why didn't you offer him some margarita and kibble?
I should have, but it was one of those moments where I felt bad about myself as an actor, and you never should. I was a little baby actor who was like, I'm not on set today. I'm at my normal job. This is so embarrassing.
He would have understood.
Right?
Yeah.
Every actor has gone
You
through
blew
that,
your
right?
moment. You should have been like, "Are we having fun yet?"
Just run up to him and start like quoting Parks and Rec at him aggressively.
I'm sure he
Kill
loves
Dante.
that. I'm sure.
I'm sure he'd love it. Well, guys, for you, does Adam Scott make you more excited about the Madam Web movie, or are you still wondering, why is there a Madam Web movie? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Wait, there's a Madam Web movie?
I know. Well, folks, before we get into our main topics today, we are going to take a quick break and hear from one of our sponsors of the show, the good folks over at Upside.
From cringing at the pump to getting an eye-popping check at your favorite restaurant, inflation is hitting us all where it hurts. And it really hurts. That's why you should start using Upside. Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. With every purchase, you'll earn cash back thanks to Upside. Every time you leave the house, you can use Upside. The app is incredibly easy to use. It isn't too good to be true. You can use it yourself and see that it works. Upside is a no-brainer. What do you plan to do with all your cash back? To get started, download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Use our promo code CAMPEA and get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Next, claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. Check in at the business, pay as usual with a credit card or debit card, and get paid. In comparison to credit card rewards or loyalty programs, you can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Upside users are earning more than $1 million every week. That's probably why they have a 4.8 star rating on the App Store. Download the free Upside app and use promo code CAMPEA to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using the promo code CAMPEA.
And thank you once again to the folks over at Upside. Remember, guys, anytime you use one of those Campea codes, not only are you helping us out, but you're helping yourself out with a great tasty deal. So thanks so much for using those. All right, let's explain how the show works now. All right, the thing is, we need you to do this show. We are going to answer your questions that you write in. If you want to write in a question to us, you're just going to head over to our website. Go to www.thejohncampeashow.com/contact, submit your topic or question, and if we deem it worthy, necessary, appropriate, we're going to talk about it on the show. All right? You can also always get the show in podcast form too, you guys. Maybe you're out at work and your boss doesn't love you watching YouTube shows. I get it. You can listen to us in podcast form and be all sneaky. So go find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to the John Campea Show or our Mailbag Companion videos. Those are also in podcast form too, where you can hear Rob's luscious voice. Ooh.
That's right.
All right, with all that housekeeping down and out of the way, Amy, what is our first topic?
Our first topic comes to us today from Haley Steinfeld's husband.
Good for you, man.
Thank you, Mr. Steinfeld. Hey, John, did you hear that Batgirl has been delayed to 2023 after originally being slated for 2022? It was also confirmed to be releasing on HBO Max in America instead of theaters because of Michael Keaton's Batman. It seems this movie can only come out after the Flash movie. If that movie keeps getting delayed, do you think this movie will too? Thanks, and BOTF.
Well, thank you so much for writing that in, Mr. Seinfeld. We really appreciate you. And yeah, this movie is delayed once again because it's on hold for a movie that doesn't exist, the Flash movie. So that's a whole issue. We have this from the folks over at The Direct talking about this. Batgirl never came with an official release date, but reports indicated that it would arrive on HBO Max before 2022 came to an end, alongside both Black Adam and Shazam! Fury of the Gods in theaters. The release for Warner Brothers' Batgirl appears to have been delayed until 2023 instead of coming out before the end of this year. Additionally, the movie may now also be released in theaters instead of exclusively on HBO Max. This would have been the first DC movie to use that release strategy. The report stems from an updated release schedule sent out by Warner Brothers to UK press, listing Batgirl under a section named 2023 Theatrical Releases that indicates the film will head to UK theaters next year. Oh, thank you everyone at the Direct for that little quote. I'm so confused about why this film has not been set for a theatrical release from the get-go. You got Keaton as Batman. You have this incredible actress who slayed in the Heights playing Barbara Gordon. This ticks a lot of boxes for me. And you know how I feel about that Flash movie. So, Rob, what are you thinking about all of this?
Well, look, I don't understand why a Batgirl movie wasn't always a theatrical film in the first place. Like, especially with the caliber of talent that's involved, like you pointed out. And I think all of us want to see a great Batgirl movie. And to know that, look, whatever's going on with this Flashpoint Flash movie with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, who's also coming back in this film, like they're tied together. Why wouldn't you do it? I mean, I don't understand that Keaton came back not just for one movie that doesn't exist, but this Batgirl movie to play Batman twice in the same year.
Yeah.
In two different movies. I mean, people forget how we are getting some pretty cool things happening. Everyone's always like, well, this is not good and this is not good. There's a lot of good stuff out now.
Absolutely.
And the idea that Michael Keaton's going to come back and play Batman twice in the same year, that to me is, and it's crazy. So I think that the fact that this is going theatrical is great. I'm a little worried. You know, they've said that they're going to release the Flash film. I know you don't believe it exists.
I don't.
In my heart of hearts, I think there actually is a Flash film that has been shot and it's in post now, and they're doing visual effects, and I think it's real.
Oh, hope springs eternal.
I know, but I
Love
hope
that
it's
for
great.
you.
I hope it's great, and I can't wait to see a Batgirl movie on the big screen.
Absolutely. Amy, do you think this is being pushed back because of all of the Flash drama? And are you excited to see Batgirl?
I'm guessing that's what's going on here. And absolutely, I am excited for this movie. And I feel like one of my biggest concerns is it's going to kind of get short end of the stick, doing maybe some weird like HBO Max and theatrical and getting pushed back, and the timeline gets weird. And I feel like we've seen it before where these movies get a little screwed over and then everybody's going, see, there wasn't an audience for Batgirl. That's like
Right.
my biggest fear, that no matter how hard this movie kicks ass, it's just getting a little bit shoved aside for various reasons. So yeah, honestly, I hope it can stick the landing with some theatrical release. I hope it kicks ass because it looks really cool.
I'm so glad you bring up this kind of second string ideology that seems to be associated by this to you guys, because I don't understand, like y'all have been saying, why this wasn't slotted to go into a theatrical release from the first place. Not only is Michael Keaton in it, but Batgirl is an incredible character, huge part of the Bat family with wonderful storytelling. We had that awful adaptation of The Killing Joke. I really think that she needs a redemption story too, so people can fall in love with this character as she deserves. And I'm often really upset by this, honestly, that this movie feels like it is getting treated poorly because of the Flash film. So I already feel so mad about that movie, and now they're doing this to my girl Babs.
Is this coming out after the Flash film?
That's the whole issue here too, Ray, is it's slotted to come out after the Flash, so it keeps getting pushed further and further back.
You know what? This could be the last film we see in this whole that they've been working on, right? Until like David Zaslav comes in and this is the last scheduled DCEU film, I guess we could say, that we have on slate.
I think so, because Blue Beetle's coming out before that.
You know, let's end it with a bang. I'm excited for this movie. I don't know why, but I do like the Batgirl character. So let's hope if it does end with this movie, let's make sure, like they want to make sure this is a good movie. That's probably why they delayed it. Maybe they're doing reshoots. Who knows? But I know. Hopefully, it'll lead to better things too.
Mm-hmm. I hope so too. I wish I shared your optimism, Ray. I wish that's the case, and I hope that's the case. But folks, the question's up for you. What do you think about the Batgirl getting pushed further back? This whole issue of whether or not it's getting theatrical releases across the globe? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. With that down and out of the way, Amy, what is our second topic?
Our second topic today comes to us from Terrence. Okay, so a trailer dropped today for a movie I've never even heard of called Secret Headquarters. It stars Owen Wilson as what can only be described as Iron Man light and a bunch of kids. Honestly, I didn't think the trailer was that bad. It had sort of a Spy Kids feel to it, sort of in that middle area where it could be really good or Monsters trailer bad. I can't tell, but it looks like there's some hope. Did you guys see it? And if so, do you have any hope for it?
Oh, thank you so much for writing that in, Terrence. And, I got to say, I don't think it could be Munsters bad, because can anything be as bad as that
I love
trailer?
that it's now on a scale of 1 to Munsters.
1 to Munsters. That's how we measure everything now. I love the idea of this having a Spy Kids vibe, though, because it really, really does feel like it. It feels like Iron Man Light. It feels like we've got some Green Lantern ideology coming in here. I think it looks like a cute film. Here's a little description from the folks over at CBR about this. Paramount debuted the first trailer for Secret Headquarters starring Owen Wilson. The trailer sees young Charlie Kincaid, Walker Scoble, who of course has been just crushing it in Ryan Reynolds properties, and his friends investigating his father, Owen Wilson, after discovering a high-tech secret headquarters in their family home. Believing him to be a superhero trying to maintain his alternate identity, Charlie begins diving deeper into his dad's life, putting himself and his loved ones in danger of being exposed to the world. Well, I am a huge, huge Walker Scoble fan. I mean, he completely steals the show in The Atom Project. And when you can pull focus from Ryan Reynolds, you got a gift, my friend. This looks really, really precious and fun and like a good family film. It is coming out on Paramount Plus. That's where it's going to drop and stream directly from. I know sometimes we have some thoughts about whether those straight to streaming films are good. Rob, how are you feeling about it?
I got to say, I love this trailer.
Yeah?
I mean, wish fulfillment of the First Order. I'm like, I wish that was my dad. But I want to point out what was surprising to me about this is it's a Jerry Bruckheimer production.
Yes.
Now, for those of you who don't know who Jerry Bruckheimer is, one of Hollywood's most celebrated producers, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are Jerry
Yep.
Bruckheimer. Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick are Jerry Bruckheimer.
So he's doing okay.
Yeah, and the fact that this came from him, I was very surprised by that. I mean, he goes back to movies like Thief and even, I think, Cat People. I mean, he's one of Hollywood's biggest producers. And the fact that we didn't know about this, like this movie came out of nowhere. I had never heard of this movie until I watched Secret Headquarters. What is this? And I did love it. It looks, I mean, yeah, like you said, little Spy Kids, even little Agent Cody Banks. I'm like, but it looked pretty good. Like, who doesn't want, every kid wants to find out that their father is a superhero, and to find the lair and all the tech, come on.
It looks like a fun time.
I'm like, I can't wait to see this.
Excellent. Well, and as somebody who produced Agent Cody Banks, I believe that you got an eye for this kind of thing,
It's
Rob.
true. I still am bitter about the fact they didn't go with our original script, but whatever.
Oh,
It's fine.
bastards. Amy, you got to see this trailer. What are your thoughts?
It's a hearty from me.
Wow.
No, it looks cute. And I will say, like, if we're talking Munsters, that trailer, made me nostalgic in a, like, I miss cereal commercials from the 90s kind of way. This made me nostalgic and like, oh yeah, there were some really cute, fun movies kind of at this level when I was a kid. Like your Spy Kids, like,
Or Sky High.
yes. Those movies where it's like, I loved it. My parents were walking out going, that was cute.
Right.
And this definitely seems on that level. Am I going to, be waiting for the midnight drop on Paramount Plus? Probably not. I am a childless 30-year-old woman, so I don't know that I'm the target audience for this film. But it looks really cute. And, I'm all for, just charming, fun, sort of family-friendly fare like this.
Yeah.
I just watched the trailer right now. It's pretty good. I mean,
You're
if
watching
it's a
trailers while we're live on the air?
I'm sorry. I just completely forgot before, so I just watched it while you were talking. So,
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ray.
Captive audience.
you know what?
Jesus.
For a Paramount Plus release, this looks good.
Well,
think
and
so.
I'm surprised by the production value, and I think that speaks to having Bruckheimer on board
Yep.
too. Is this does look like a Bruckheimer produced film? It looks like it's got a really great budget. You got some great actors. That one kid too, who was in that hilarious movie Boys, I think it was called, where all it was like the kid from Room, and they all were just like mouthing horrible children.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad to see
Do you
him
guys
working more.
remember this one movie that just came out? It had like an Iron Man suit thing with it. I think it was a toy. It was like Hasbro. Whatever it was. I just like people in robot suits. I
Yeah.
just do. So that thing.
The costume has like a Master Chief vibe.
It's
to it.
cool.
Oh, it really does.
Yeah.
No, and there were definitely jokes in it. I wasn't like holding my sides laughing, but some definite like, that's cute.
Yeah, this is like a Thanksgiving, dinner movie.
We need to put something on.
Something-
Yeah.
This is something like that.
All right. Well, very, very positive reviews over here, you guys.
What's not to love?
I love it. All right. Well, the question's up for you guys, though. Are you interested in this film? Did the trailer get you excited for this, or are you just not super jazzed about a Paramount Plus superhero film with Spy Kids vibes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, guys, we are going to take another quick break to hear from one of our sponsors, everyone over at Babbel.
Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, Babbel. For most of us, learning a second language in school wasn't exactly a high point for our academic careers. Being Canadian, I had to take like 8 years of French and I can barely string together a couple of sentences. But now, thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that has sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language. Whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with your family, or you just have some free time, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. For me, being a Canadian that has moved down to Southern California, there's a lot of Spanish that's spoken around here, so I decided I wanted to learn Spanish. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different language lessons, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German, and many others. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, you can save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Campea. That's babbel.com/Campea for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
And thank you to everyone at Babbel. All right. Yes, Ray.
Oh, before you guys go on, I just remembered the movie, what it was called. It was Max Steel. Do you remember that movie?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
That thing looked really cool. I forgot what I felt about it, though. But yeah, that's the movie I was referring to when we were talking about Secret Headquarters.
Oh, nice. All right. Thanks for clarifying, Ray. All right, Amy, what is our third topic?
Our third topic today comes to us from Darren C. Greetings, John. Like everyone else on the planet, me and my wife totally fell in love with Baby Yoda in the first season of The Mandalorian and have loved him ever since. We're also big Gremlins fans, so we were kind of sad to see that Joe Dante is trash-talking Baby Yoda, saying he's just a stolen ripoff of Gizmo. Ooh. Oh my god, and I get it. They're both small and cute, but honestly, I don't see much more resemblance other than that, and I'm disappointed to hear him saying such things. What do you think of his comments? Is Baby Yoda just a ripoff?
Oh, thanks for writing that in, Darren C. And we got to shout out this sweet graphic that Ray made.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I love this so much.
Watch
you
that.
wizard.
Roglins.
Before we get into how we all,
baby.
before we get into how we all feel about this, let's just kind of recap what's actually going on here.
Oh
This
my
comes
God.
for us from Variety. A beef is brewing between Baby Yoda and the Gremlins. Filmmaker Joe Dante, who popularized the Gremlins with his 1984 horror comedy and its 1990 sequel, recently told the San Francisco Chronicle, via IndieWire, that Baby Yoda is nothing but a shameless ripoff of the eponymous creature, particularly the lead gremlin named Gizmo. Quote, I think the longevity of the film is really key to this one character, Gizmo, who is essentially like a baby, Dante told the publication. Which brings me, of course, to the subject of Baby Yoda, who is completely stolen and is just out and out copied. Shamelessly, I would think. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I believe a little indie film called The Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980, which was before the Gremlins and had a character named Yoda. So I think this is so absolutely dog shit stupid.
Yep.
I don't understand why you would have this kind of beef. He's got a Gremlins show coming out, an animated series. All of these adorable characters can exist together. I mean, are we going to get into how, like, Furby's ripped off the Gremlins too? I mean, any adorable character, you can all say they all pulled from everyone else. I think this is absolutely but puckeringly stupid. Rob, how do you feel about this?
Well, to flex, when I first saw Gremlins, I was sitting right behind Joe Dante and his editor at the Seattle
dropped
International
this
Film
name.
Festival.
Hold
I know, sorry. I don't understand this. I mean, he even says in his comment, it's like a baby. Like, both of these characters are based on infants, human infants. And in
Yeah.
the case of Baby Yoda, literally a baby version of Yoda, even
Yeah.
though he's 50. You know, it's still
Looks good.
What are you going to do? It's you take Yoda's race, still undefined, whatever his race is, and make a baby version of that, and you get Grogu. I mean, there's no like. I understand Gizmo is great, but
Yeah.
Gizmo also. I mean, it's exactly the same thing. It's a baby creature.
Well, have you ever seen a Shih Tzu? That's all a gremlin is. That's
Absolutely. Or a Shiba Inu.
yeah. That's all they are.
And,
That's all they are.
so I find, like, I have to think that Joe Dante, he's a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's made so many great. He made horror comedies in The Howling. He made Gremlins as well, and all of his movies have a humorous bent to them.
Yeah.
In a way.
I mean, Gremlins in a Blender, classic.
There you go. And I'm just thinking, this had to have been a little tongue in cheek.
Well, I hope so. So do you feel like it's just in the context of print, it sounds like something douchey
Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah,
like a,
they
well,
they
clearly.
took this quote and they look, clickbaity headlines.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Dante's probably going, guys, have you seen my filmography?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a funny dude. He loves Warner Brothers cartoons, you
Yeah.
know, and he is that guy. And he's always been funny. So I think that this has to have been a little tongue in cheek.
Okay. Amy, do you think this is something just taking out of context? And do you think it holds any water?
I mean, I had the exact same. I read this at 7:30 when I woke up, and I was like, "Huh, okay." And then I had my coffee, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, Yoda existed before, and so we're just making a baby version.
Yeah.
I don't know how seriously these comments were meant, but honestly, to even just begin to imply that's like saying these two, this drawn villain is a ripoff of another drawn villain because they have similar. It's like there's cute.
They both have mustaches.
Exactly, or sloped eyebrows in the same way. There's certain things when you're dealing with character design. It's like, yeah, big eyes, big ears, like certain design things that are just going to read as cute. So if you're babyfying Yoda, you're going to use some of those things that happen to have also been used to make the cute little gremlins. It's kind of ridiculous.
Can I just say I had no idea he had a mustache till you just said that? I'm like, what?
Baby Yoda has a mustache.
Wait, what?
I meant villains, but yeah. Baby
Mustache
Yoda.
twirling villain.
Does Baby Yoda have a
He
mustache?
shaves before every take.
My
It's
God, he's
wild.
So cute.
Look at him. Look at him with his little Benjamin Button face.
You're always
And
wary when
Joe
people.
Dante is just admitting that he thinks Baby Yoda is super cute.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he brought this up. Because he's like, I don't think there's anyone cuter than Gizmo, but now there's Baby Yoda.
I'm sorry, Baby Yoda's cuter. I'm
He
sorry.
is cuter.
Look.
But I do like the fur on Gizmo because
Yeah.
it reminds me of a puppy.
Well,
so,
and yeah, Gizmo also is like, if you had a creature that could be like a shitty little nightmare, because he makes like,
Yeah, he's a little
crappy
chaos
little
being.
faces,
Yeah.
and it's like, if you feed me, I'm gonna fuck up your life.
Well, but
Like, I
remember,
love him.
to settle this debate, you just have to feed Grogu after midnight.
You give him some frogs.
And then if something happens or water,
Then it's
all
a
that, I
ripoff.
mean, there you go.
What if it's a reverse Gremlins and like he's already kind of Spike adjacent right now, and then he eats after midnight and he grows fur?
Well, I
Just blow your
suppose-
friggin' mind, bro.
What if Spike could wield the Force?
Oh,
I
damn.
didn't see who said. Oh, Marcus said they're gonna CGI Grogu's mustache.
I just want him to have one of those like shitty little 16-year-old like that would delight me.
I want him to
middle school
have Chris
mustache?
Evans's.
Yeah, the little dirtbag
Oh, yeah.
teen mustache.
Where it's just on the sides and they comb it.
Yeah.
I want the gym teacher stash on him. I
Because
think
when
that'd be the way to go.
does a what are they called? They're not a Yoda. Oh yeah, whatever he is.
Not Yoda.
Yeah. When does a not Yoda?
undetermined race of Yoda?
Yeah, because he's a baby at 50. Like, at what point does he hit puberty? Like, I want like how we got like teen Groot. I want to see like shitty teen
Oh, yeah.
baby Yoda.
I want him to just yell.
Grogu.
yeah,
the
has a
Mandalorian.
fake ID. Like,
You're not even my
this
real
is year
dad.
200. Yeah, just
little
slamming
Mando.
doors and
Oh man,
finding magazines in the woods.
I can't wait for that season where he's like, "Why was this sock under your bed? And why is it hard? You tell me your business, sir."
Eating a
Oh my
frog.
goodness.
Wow. Wow.
That one got you?
You know, we have a writer that is similar to that, the sock and lotion guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we do
But anyway.
have that one.
By the way,
Segue.
just for the record,
Uh-huh.
I think that's something that happened in the olden days, really.
In the olden days?
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you?
Yeah.
What? Crusty socks?
Yeah.
You're saying kids aren't out there making crusty socks?
I think they have better ways to do things these days.
I can't believe.
I mean,
Just saying.
you can-
With some
Prime Day
kind of
just happened. You can do so much.
technological. So many I don't want to single-handedly demonetize our channel, so I'll stop
that's
asking
why I'm here.
questions.
I didn't bring this up.
All right, that's my fault. I took it there. But guys, do you think this comment about Baby Yoda being a ripoff of Gizmo was a tongue-in-cheek statement, or do you think, hey, yeah, he absolutely stole that adorable baby's likeness?
No way.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, with that down, let's get into our main topic for today. Amy, what are we talking about?
Our main topic today comes to us from Anesh. Greetings, everyone. I'm so sad that Ms. Marvel is over. I really wish it was a much longer series just so we could spend time with the family longer. Agreed. The reviews for the show were always high, but now that it's over, Rotten Tomatoes has officially declared that Ms. Marvel is the MCU's highest critically rated property with a 98%, passing Black Panther's 96%. I think this is such an accomplishment, and I'm so happy for the creators and Iman Vellani. What do you think of this result?
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Anish, for writing in. I'm thrilled about this. We talked about this on the show. It was so nice for a Marvel series to stick the landing, start to finish. This was such a great, great series that has so many big, big revelations for the greater MCU, right? We've got some really cool stuff happening. I am thrilled that we see this on here. And Iman Vellani, oh my gosh, is such a talented actress
What a
who
star.
just is. Kamala, she's so perfect in this role. I'm over the moon about this. Amy, how are you feeling about it?
I'm delighted. Truly delighted. No, I absolutely agree that like one of my big notes on this show is just I wish we had more time with the family because I would absolutely have loved even some of the episodes that I feel like when they came out I was a little like about like the Pakistan stuff. It was literally just I miss the family. I miss New Jersey. I miss, the sort of core of this show. But to me, this is just such a great reminder because I feel like we've been getting a lot of questions lately about like, why is Phase 4 trash? Why am I not and like totally valid opinions. But I think this is such a great reminder to fans and to critics and to Marvel themselves that it's like, you don't have to connect everything. You don't have to have these big properties. Not everything has to be Endgame to be good. If you just tell us a great story, like I said, I think at its core, a superhero property worked when you could take away the powers and I'd still just watch it.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely stand by that's why this show worked because the family was great because she's so winning in that role. I would just watch it if it was just a coming of age story about this girl in Jersey. So I think it's just such a great reminder of like characters first, storytelling first, hire great actors, and you're going to make something magnificent.
For sure. And I love that you bring up the coming of age story because, Rob, that's something we talked about a lot when this show was first airing and everything, about so many people doing it's a show about a girl. It's a show about a teenager. I can't relate to this. And do you think this kind of, rating and review speaks to the greater relatable story that's being told here?
Oh, I mean, absolutely it does. Here's the thing that I find frustrating. It's frustrated me my whole life. Great stories are everywhere, and they're about all kinds of people. And one of the things that I've always loved is stories about people that aren't me, people that I don't see myself in. If you can take me into a universe or a milieu that I am not a part of and educate me, and when I say this, I don't mean the story still has to be good and engaging. This story, I mean, about a teenage girl on the surface, or also about all teenagers. You don't have to be a teenage girl to recognize this story.
Yeah.
I loved this story because ultimately it's about a family. And everything that happened in this story, when you're dealing with the partition, the Pakistan-India partition, the strife between religions, all of that stuff also fed back into the family story. And inherently, it was inherently positive. All of these messages, I was delighted by all of this. The history lesson was great.
Yeah.
But also, this family, we all should want her family. They were wonderful. These actors were terrific. I really was caught up in this story. And while I don't think everything was perfect, the story about the jinns and the newer dimension and all that's not what the show was really about.
Yeah.
And to me, this was 6 episodes of a universe I loved being in. I love these characters. I loved her journey. And it made me feel good. And we talk about how the Marvel Cinematic Universe has drawn on various genres, like 70s conspiracy thrillers in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, heist movies with Ant-Man or whatever. This was like a John Hughes or a teen coming of age story, and I thought it was fantastic. It really, for what they set out to do, they succeeded admirably, and I thought it was a great show. I loved it.
And I think to your point, that's part of the power of storytelling is you don't have to be Muslim or Pakistani or a teenage girl to
Nope.
connect to things like
Absolutely.
who the hell can't relate to not seeing eye to eye with your mom about something,
Oh my
or
God.
your first crush, or you know, one of your first big like teen loves, or you know, just even a sense of identity of where do I fit in this world. And you know, I always love superhero powers as sort of a puberty allegory, but all
By the way,
that
that's a dope suit, and I
Oh
want
my
it's
a hot toy
awesome.
of her.
So
no,
good.
but all that
I
stuff
would
is
get that
so
hot toy.
fundamentally relatable. And I think to your point, it's like seeing stories about people who aren't us.
Yeah.
Also is why storytelling is so important, because it's like, oh, right. It's all the same shit.
Exactly. Well, and follow me on this tangent, but I had American Girl dolls growing up, right?
Hell yeah.
And I loved those books. I still have all of their cookbooks, and it's like the thing that taught me how to cook. But it was learning about history and other people's perspectives and realizing all of the commonalities. And that was one of the things I loved about those books. And that's what I loved about this series of like, oh, everyone has their own unique experience, yet we all have so many of the same things happen to us. And I love too that this series took us out of the wider galaxy, right? This wasn't an intergalactic threat. This was that neighborhood scenario. This was an at-home superhero.
Yes.
And it's so nice to have that kind of story again in the Marvel universe because
Yeah.
we have expanded to a point, and I know that's been a few people's concern with Phase 4, of everything getting very godly, very intergalactic, humans not being able to really participate in this, and also finding everything to be commonplace.
How many times can the universe be in danger before it's just like,
Exactly. You see a celestial and go, oh man, I wanted to go to happy hour today.
Yeah.
It's always better when you can relate to a character and somewhat too. Like, I mean, when I first saw the first episode, I said, this doesn't look like it's for me. It was good, but what kept me going back to this show was the girl actress. I mean, she's like everyone's little sister. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
interactions with everybody on a one-on-one basis was why I watched the show.
Yeah.
I really liked her interaction. It felt real. It felt like there was a connection there. The one that stuck with me the most was with her and her dad. As you guys know, my dad passed away 2 years ago. He wasn't very talkative. But her relationship with him was very believable, as in, you know, dads, they want to be the strong, but they want to stay out of your way. He was more lenient towards what she did, not like the mom who's always up in her business. But he could always tell, just like my dad, when something was wrong, and he would say that. So all the parents out there, especially dads, just let your kids know that you have their back, and I tell you, it will mean the world to them.
Ray, you know, that it brings up a good point. Since the beginning, I call it the Simpsons effect, where parents are always behind their kids. Like, when I mean behind them, they're not, like Bart Simpson was always getting one over.
Yeah,
on his,
he's like
on his-
3 steps ahead of Homer.
I hate that because I grew up watching Leave It to Beaver, you know, where the parents were and 50s, 60s, even 70s
That's
sitcoms.
why you're such an Eddie Haskell.
Oh, what? Am I? But I love the fact that these parents were loving, they were present, and but Kamala was not smarter than her parents, and she needed them.
Yeah.
And I loved that because it was a positive portrayal of a family. The brother was also not a douche.
Yeah.
Great character.
So sweet and supportive.
And it kind of showed me, I hadn't seen this. I was like, wow, this is a really lovely family. I would love to know them.
Yeah.
everyone was just a person doing their best. Like no one was a
Yes.
stereotype of like this type of mom. It's like she's just a person. Like I love even finding out like, yeah, your mom had a life. Your mom was a teen. Your
She
mom
wanted
was
to follow Bon
rebellious.
Jovi.
Yeah.
Right.
And despite the conflicts within the family that they may have had, I think it's what their culture brought them that kept them together. Because they're alone, really, their family is alone in America. So
That
when
is
it came down
that
to
is a
it,
huge point, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
when it came down to it, that bond right there withstood anything the outside would bring in to
Sure.
that
Well,
family.
and how important to show that community and having that whole monologue too of I had to find my family, and finding a community that you feel safe within and can trust, and that you feel seen in and heard in.
You know what's sad is that this girl's gonna get older. I hope they put her in more stuff while she's still young, still, you know, doing the Miss Marvel thing. Hopefully they get the ball rolling on season 2 if there's a season 2.
Well, and they're actively
they do it
filming
right away.
The Marvels,
The
because
Mar- yeah.
that post-credit scene was from them on set doing the Marvels. So
Right.
we know that's moving right along. I think Imani has a very long career ahead of her.
Look, and I think that look, America is the story of immigrants, really, and we forget that, which is such a weird thing to me now, because America is we're the country of mutts. You know, we're people from all over. We're multi-ethnic. We're biracial, bilingual, and I love the moment when the grandmother said, "My passport says I'm Pakistani, but my heart is Indian." That's America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I loved that, and I think in this day and age, especially, we've forgotten that.
For sure.
No one who lives in this country doesn't have roots somewhere else in the world.
Yep.
Unless you're 100% Native American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're indigenous.
But even
there you
they,
go.
but even they, it go back thousands and thousands
Sure.
and thousands of years. You know, they made some big discovery, a Chinese discovery about the first people in America recently.
Man, Rob.
But yeah,
P.
it's so funny too. Just the more specific you get sometimes with this stuff, the more generally it hits.
Yes.
It's like I've never,
That's a great
I've never, you know, I'm not Muslim. I've never been to a mosque, but the stuff with that community, it's like, yeah, we've all been in a, you know, with the friend Nakia, like running for the board, and it's like we've all had some kind of community like this, and the specificity is great. But the more you lean into that, the more it's like, oh, we've all had our version of that within our respective cultures, and I think that's so cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of universal themes here. And the fact that we get all of this from a comic book story, like, let's all sit down and not keep throwing shade at how comic books aren't real cinema, not capable of telling great stories. Great storytelling can be found anywhere. It just needs that spark, and it needs the best writers, the best actors,
And the
best
director, too.
production people. Yeah.
The director,
that was
too. That
beautiful.
was the first good move by getting a director of the same, you know, race or culture.
killed this. The creator
So-
of this nailed everything.
Also, there are things in the show, like the opening Miss Marvel, the actual credit, the Miss Marvel title frames.
Yes.
I want somebody to do a supercut of each,
Yeah,
all
those
six.
were so cool.
There was touches in this that I was like, wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
And there's so many delights in this show that I think have gone unrecognized.
I've never watched a show and wanted more text conversation, but they were so cute.
Can we go around, because, you know, John could be a little extra sometimes when he loves something at first. Can we go around and say, is this your top Marvel show so far? I mean, it's not mine. I mean, it's just because it's just like, you know, but it is it is up there for me.
This is up there with WandaVision for me. I loved this, and this has such a rewatchability factor to it. I found this so charming and relatable and heartwarming, and I got so emotional with that last scene with her and her dad too, because I related to it with my dad.
Oh, yeah.
This felt like when he was letting me go off to California by myself and like believing in me. Like, oh, I love this show.
Yeah.
Look, for me, it's always about, did the filmmakers or storytellers succeed in doing what they set out to do? I think they smashed it. I think they succeeded admirably. Everything they wanted the show to be, I think it is. And the representation, we talk about representation, but the fact that my feed in, like, on Facebook or on Twitter is full of people that are like, I've never seen myself represented this way.
Yeah.
This is why these kinds of things are important. It's not political. It's about people feeling like, hey, I'm finally seen.
It's about a little girl getting to grow up in a world where she sees herself as a superhero.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, really well said.
But-
Well,
Oh, to answer your question, I would say an even tie with WandaVision, because this
Yeah,
stuck the
still,
landing so much harder, but that beginning of WandaVision.
I still
is
like
so fucking
WandaVision and then
strong.
Moon Knight too.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Moon Knight fan. I'm sorry, you guys.
that's
but-
okay. That one just didn't stick the landing for me. Jonathan, did you get to check this one out yet?
I did. Yeah.
You did? What'd you think?
Oh, let's see.
He's
Oh, yeah,
like,
no,
I
did
hate
finish.
it.
I wasn't sure if I watched the last episode, but I did. Yes, because I had to watch it because we did the after show for
And you
it.
have 3 little girls. You have 3 little Miss Marvels at home.
No,
That's
they're not.
true.
They're not so little now. They're all grown up, but.
They're pretty
But-
marvelous,
I was
though.
gonna
I've only
say,
met one. I was
They're
seeing the
very
others.
poised. I've
Yeah.
met 2 of his daughters, and they are very, very like together. With him.
Well done, sir.
No nonsense, no nonsense with them, I guess.
Good girl.
But no, I liked Miss Marvel. I thought it was a lot of fun.
It's different too.
Yeah.
It's different.
Well, awesome. Well, folks, let us know what you think about this show in the comments down below. Do you think that this deserves being Marvel's highest rated show? Marvel property? Do you think it deserves that? Or are you like, this one wasn't for me? Let us know and tell us why you feel that way. I'm going to need notes on why you don't like this show because I think it's perfect. All right. Before we get into our super chats, guys, we are going to hear from our last sponsor of the day, the folks over at Policygenius.
In these tumultuous times, life insurance can offer peace of mind that anyone who relies on you financially, a child, a parent, or even a business partner, will have a financial cushion if something happens to you. Policygenius is an insurance comparison website that makes it easy to compare quotes from top companies like AIG and Prudential in one place to find your lowest price. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policygenius. Just click the link in the description or head to policygenius.com/Campea to get personalized quotes in minutes and find the right policy for your needs. The licensed agents at Policygenius work for you, not the insurance companies. They're on hand through the entire process to help you understand your options so you can make decisions with confidence. Policygenius doesn't add on extra fees. Your personal info is private. Policygenius doesn't sell your details to third parties. Policygenius has thousands of 5-star reviews across Google and Trustpilot. Policygenius has options that offer coverage in as little as a week and avoid unnecessary medical exams. Since 2014, Policygenius has helped over 30 million people shop for insurance and placed over $150 billion in coverage. Head to policygenius.com/Campea to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save.
And thanks to everyone over at Policy Genius. All right, guys, those super chats are open. Get those questions in there. We are going to go ahead and start hearing from our members first, though. So, Ray, you want to kick that off?
Okay, we got one from Noah Drazen. He says, quick question for Rob.
Uh-oh.
Did you see the new Spider-Man Hot Toys? And did you pre-order them yet? Which ones are you talking about, Rob?
Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man 2,
Ooh,
bro.
they never did him before?
Well, they've done. I actually have an amazing Spider-Man hot toy, but there was no Andrew Garfield head sculpt. And OMG, let me just say that's a pre-order for me. Yes, I did pre-order it. It looks fantastic. Of course, we have to wait a year and a half or whatever to get it, but really great head sculpt. And I have to say that I'm hoping they're going to do a Tobey Maguire because they didn't do. I have a Spider-Man 3 Tobey, which is the same suit in Spider-Man 1 and 2, but it wasn't great. It was not. It was an early hot toy figure, and it's very chinless because the fabric isn't tight. I would love to get, because they've got some great Tom Holland head sculpts. I want to get all 3 Spider-Man in hot toy form with their head sculpts. So I'm hoping for a Tobey, and I'm hoping for that. Andrew Garfield exceeded all of my expectations.
Has Amy seen it?
Has what?
Because you know how John says her man looks like Andrew Garfield. Maybe she should have a little Amy boyfriend
Eric
on
does look like Andrew Garfield.
I mean,
Which,
have you ever wanted a hot toy
Well done.
figure? Perhaps
of your boyfriend.
Of my boyfriend? I got the full-sized one.
Well, and he's fully
Maybe a
articulated, I'm sure.
travel size.
Man, okay.
Wow,
Next one
And
is
what's great is if you've got the Spider-Man head and you have the actual face sculpt, it gives you options to display him.
yeah, it's good to have options. All right, Disney Freak, our last one from a premium member. Disney Freak 309 says, I watched Pain and Gain last night after Rob said it was his favorite Dwayne Johnson film. It was a 10 out of 10 for me. And I still can't believe it was based on a true story. There you go, Rob.
You know, listen, I don't just throw out my opinions willy-nilly.
Oh, no?
And
Willy-nilly.
Yeah, no.
right in. No. I mean, I really do. As far as even Michael Bay goes, I think Pain and Gain is a hugely entertaining movie. And, I like when Dwayne Johnson is playing a character, because usually he's just playing Dwayne Johnson in other roles. I loved him in Fast Five for that reason. And I thought he did a great job in Pain and Gain. And I think that movie does not get the credit it deserves, because people are like, oh, Michael Bay, and they just write it off.
When your least favorite was Tooth Fairy, right?
Yeah.
So, friend of the show, Cody, right, who works for Blumhouse, he messaged me and was like, "You've got to tell Rob that Jason produced Tooth Fairy."
Oh, I know.
Okay. He was like, "We don't let him let it down."
Yes. And the thing is, I'm a huge Jason Blum and Blumhouse fan.
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned that on the
It's wild.
because
to
I
me.
didn't want. But yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and look, Lowell Gantz and Babalu Mandel, who wrote Night Shift, one of my favorite comedies
good
ever.
movie.
Michael Keaton, Bill Blazkowski.
We got one late premium chat coming from Bird Hop, which is an interesting question. She says, speaking of crusty socks,
Go on.
which of you would be voted most likely to get the channel demonetized. And I'm pointing at you, Rob.
Oh, it's me.
Oh,
It is Chris Carr.
So
Don't
much
point at
worse
her.
than
I'm pointing at you.
No.
Who you say? Let's break this. Or who would you say? I don't know Amy well enough to even. I
Amy's
can't-
pretty filthy, which I'm very excited about.
I believe that, but I,
think-
just
yeah,
haven't
I
seen
think-
enough.
Yeah, that's only prejudicial against the old white dude.
Rob
No.
just has Joey Tribbiani energy, where everything he
Jonathan?
says sounds dirty.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't
This is all
know.
on
Miss
Jonathan
Marvel's
right
looking
here.
a little. She's like, I don't know, Rob. I don't know, Rob.
I like that someone in
Oh.
the chat is right now like, no, it's definitely Chris.
It's
A lot of
definitely
people are
Chris
saying
Carr.
Chris. A lot of people are saying
Yeah.
Chris.
Give me time. Give me time.
yeah.
That's all I'll say.
One day you too shall have a soup goop. One day.
Oh, I mean, come on. That
I'm listening.
alone, that you're the queen. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Thanks,
it.
bud. All right. Well, then let's get into our super chats. Amy, what do we have first?
We have Ben Rainier saying over or under 5% Selena Gomez reprises her character and shows up in the Barney movie as a kid who is down in her luck because of the advice Barney gave her and seeks revenge. Oh, and that's a big old super chat. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ben. Oh my gosh. I would love for that to happen. I think that'd be hilarious.
Delightful concept.
Oh my
I would say
gosh.
probably under 5%, but
Yeah.
a girl can dream.
How great is she in Only Murders in the Building?
She's incredible. What a snub, too. I mean, I know we've talked about this, that the comedy categories in particular this year were so stacked.
Yeah.
But man, she's so good on that. And the energy she has going off of Martin and Short is just phenomenal. I'm
Yeah.
so glad that she's just like crushing it.
Yeah.
Crushing it.
I love her. But yeah, probably
great.
under on Barney. Yeah. All right.
Michael Serta says, can't help but get Walmart's $5 straight to DVD bin from the Munsters trailer.
$5 is too much.
You know, I have heard that this is a troll.
That the
That-
movie's
that-
going to be
no,
a
no.
different.
Yeah, that the trailer was a troll. Now, that could be just retroactive, let's save our asses kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But I have heard that there is something coming that is
Good.
going to
Yeah, I could be totally wrong. That's got big Tommy was so saying he knew the room was funny energy to me.
It
Yeah.
could be.
Well, and
But
especially because we've been told that this is supposed to be a PG film.
Yeah, what can they do that?
So I'm
Oh, it
wondering
is?
how much you can do. I mean, that maybe in itself isn't true. Where they're like, it's going to be PG. And then we go and we're like,
and C-17,
yeah,
what the?
you go to buy tickets and you're like, let me see your ID, please.
yeah, who knows?
All right. Well, maybe it'll be a Rickroll.
Kara Black said, yes, it's true, Amy. Star Wars actor Sam Witwer stated during a Twitch stream that Michael Giacchino pulled the musical rhythm from the episode 4 Luke Obi-Wan scene at Kenobi's home. And do we have a part 2?
It's right up
Oh, this is
here.
regarding
Here we go.
the theme from Rogue One
Oh.
being in an earlier Star Wars. Turned it into Jyn Erso's theme. So I guess you could say John Williams is in a way responsible for her theme's creation. No wonder it's the best music in Rogue One besides the Imperial March. That is such a cool fact.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for
coming
sharing
forward
that,
with the
Kara.
That's
That's
true.
so interesting. I love a good fun fact. Dave XP said, I find it so endearing that Ms. Marvel is the first superhero I've seen whose costume was made by her mom.
Oh,
Very
that's
charming.
sweet.
No, it wasn't made by her. She said
have
she got it.
commissioned?
Yeah.
She had it made for.
That's fair.
I think
That'd be
there's
too hard to
also a
believe.
really cool, again, just dealing with sort of the specifics of like, this is a badass superhero costume. It's also got some modesty. You know,
Yeah.
there is the like covered arms and legs of it, of both like she's young and she comes from a culture where like that is just more a piece of the thing. And I think that costume represents that in a really cool way.
And I think it feeds back into the beginning with the whole Avengers Con thing. And her mother was like, I'm going to have a proper costume made for my daughter. And it was redolent of both Captain Marvel and her own culture.
And it was a way for her mom to finalize that, hey, whatever you're going to do, I got your back.
I believe
I'm
you.
all in
Support
this.
you.
I mean, the
That's-
fact is, our viewers have pointed out astutely that her father named her and her mother gave her the costume.
Like just a quick story. When my
love
older sister was my dad's princess, right? When she got chickenpox and she was sick like 3 days, we've been begging for a Nintendo. He came back with a Nintendo. That's how some certain parents,
Yeah.
they don't vocally say they love you, but they do other things to actually.
So are you saying if you get your sister sick?
And I said,
you
I
get
got
what
sick.
you
I didn't
want?
get shit.
Well, because are you the youngest then?
I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, middle child, yeah. I was oldest, so yeah, anytime Haley wanted something,
Certain
they were like,
ways-
"Of
Wait,
course."
there's more of you?
There's just my brother.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother looks like a little Franco though.
Me
Like
and Robert like, oh.
Hayden's the cute one. I'm the funny one.
I'm the
Let's be
baby,
a little
so
more
I got what I
discreet next
wanted.
time, Rob.
I would throw a compliment your way, but Logan would get pissed.
Nah, he'd love it. Well, and you thought my friend Alex was my sister, my much prettier sister.
Oh yeah, Alex.
Wow.
She's
Oh,
a babe.
oh, sorry.
She's a babe. Shout out, Alex. What's up?
She's not real.
She's not real? Yeah,
No.
I
Next.
photoshopped a friend. All right, our next topic.
Are you eating the peanut butter pretzels?
Scotty Hale says, "Hey Rob, was hoping we could get your thoughts on the Ring of Power trailer. Thought it looked great."
Okay. I thought that new trailer was pretty effing epic.
It was amazing.
And I'm like, okay, here's what I don't get. Why wouldn't you lead with that? Like, as somebody who many people know, I worked on the special features for Lord of the Rings. I was in New Zealand interviewing a lot of the cast and the crew for months on end.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that the presentation of the show has been lackluster up until this trailer.
How dare you.
Finally, people speak. Characters speak. We finally now get a sense of what is this world like. Why they didn't lead with that, I think, was a mistake. But I have to say, it was the first time that I actually was like, okay, I'll watch this.
Listen.
I still have a lot of problems with Tolkien's lore being mishandled. I'm gonna wait and see.
I just like full Sam the Eagle.
I know, but in terms of look, there is. Remember, we have seen the climax of this show at the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring, the opening montage, and Gladriel's what she's saying. It is the end of the Second Age.
Mm-hmm.
The War of the Ring. Hopefully, it's good, but But that trailer was great.
The trailer was incredible.
It was
I don't
great.
know. All the
And I'm
little
like,
nuggets
okay.
have just been foreplay, Rob. They've just been like, I'm going to give you a taste. You're
Yeah.
not ready for it. You can't handle it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like you have that girlfriend and you're like, why didn't you bring this to me 6 months ago?
well, you probably didn't deserve it then.
No. Ah,
Well, before we get demonetized, let's go.
But now I have a goal.
but I mean, look, I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. I thought the effects looked great. For the first time,
Yeah.
I'm like, this show finally looks like the show they promised us.
Yeah.
And I want it to be great. And because, I don't want anything to be bad. And this is J.R. Tolkien. I mean, it looks really good.
That's
We'll
fair.
see.
That's fair.
We'll see.
I appreciate that cautious optimism. It's fine.
All right. Jay Master said, "Big shout out and congratulations to Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas on welcoming their second newborn baby to their family." Aw,
Way to go.
that kid's gonna be super hot. Yeah, when they grow up.
Yeah.
To be clear. Congrats. Andy said, "Hi, Chris. Have you ever seen The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina?" Asking Riverdale had a crossover with them in their most recent episode. Was interested. We need like a little hold music. In checking it out on Netflix until I saw the recent crossover, I don't know if the character was awful to begin with or if Riverdale made her worse.
Aw, Andy. Yeah, that show was kind of fun in the way Riverdale started out to be kind of fun. And then it just goes off the rails and you're like, what is this? 'Cause
I watched like the first couple episodes and it had some really fun, spooky
there's
vibes.
some fun stuff
at
in there.
least. Yeah.
And it does like kind of deter from the comics, right? That are very, very like aggressively dark and everything. And it makes some changes that I think are better than the comics. Like, her not falling in love with her dad's spirit and stuff like that. I have not watched the latest
Wait, yeah,
episode.
that was exactly. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Chilling Tales of Sabrina is fucking weird. But
that was not on the Melissa Joan Hart series.
I started watching this TikToker who does recaps of the shows, and there's no hyperbole or commentary. It's him just being like, this week on Riverdale, this happened, and this person possessed this person, and this person is a phoenix, and they rose from
Can
the
you
ashes.
confirm or deny, is the drug on Riverdale called like Jingle Jangle?
Jingle jangle, baby. It looks like a pixie stick, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. It's just ripping open pixie sticks and be like, blah, blah. So no, I haven't watched it.
I would take the truck.
Give Chilling Tales of Sabrina a chance on Netflix if you want, Andy, especially since you've put in the hours on Netflix or on Riverdale, my friend. You've stuck it out, so you might as well watch this other trash heap and see what you think about it.
It's a fun trash heap. Luis Enrique de la Peña said, after Ms. Marvel's revelation in the season finale, do you think they'll talk or show something about the X-Men at San Diego Comic-Con cast or project?
Ooh.
No.
You don't think so?
Probably not.
No, if they're going to do it, they'll do it at D23. But I don't think the thing about the X-Men is it's such a huge deal that they're not going to do. It's not going to be half-assed. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Feige has a world press conference when he steps out onto a stage and he says, "It's been 14 years, and you wonder what we're going to do with the X-Men. Well, here it comes, President Joe Biden." Please come on. I mean, it's going to be
It's going to appear on everybody's phone like that U2 album. Like, what the? Why is this?
Why do I have these X-Men characters?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, we talked about this yesterday about how, having Ms. Marvel be this kind of first introductory mutant, though, do you think we're going to have the slow trickle out, or is it going to be like, bam, there's a school for mutants? What?
Well, look, I know what they've said. Remember, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are mutants. I know they call them miracles, but they are mutants. So there are mutants in the X-Men universe, in the MCU. There have been the whole time. And when you're talking about Kang has a connection to Apocalypse in ancient Egypt. There's a huge, I think we're going to get it not as trickles, but in like water balloons to the face. Kind of. Maybe. Sort of.
Sweet. Ray, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, John doesn't believe it, but I think we're going to get and if anything, X-Men, we're going to get another Wolverine trailer for the game that's scheduled for PlayStation. I really do think we'll get an extra trailer.
That makes sense.
I'm really pulling for Taron Egerton to be Wolverine.
I still want Daniel Radcliffe.
That could be good too, but the problem is you then have to overcome Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I think he's been a corpse that farted his way to land.
No, I think he's incredible. And if you saw Equus on stage, I mean,
Oh
he
my
was like-
gosh.
so
Daniel Radcliffe just feels a little, I don't want to say like scrawny because that feels like such a mean word, but he's got like kind of that skinny British dude vibe, and
Yeah.
that's not Wolverine to
Okay,
me.
but
He's a
Taron Egerton's
phenomenal
also
actor.
a skinny British, but he's
But
not,
he's buffed up.
yeah, and he
Daniel
if you-
Radcliffe did too. And also, y'all go back and watch that first X-Men. Hugh Jackman was a scrawny boy. He teeny.
Well, now, remember when he first started. If you actually look at that movie, his physique changes because he worked out while they were making it.
Yeah.
But I do think Taron Egerton. He's in prison. I forget the name of the
Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Apple TV.
He's badass in that.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
he's great
that
in The
dude's
Kingsman.
Wolverine. Yeah, he was great in Kingsman.
Yeah, he's got more action star like energy.
But he's also
to
got
me.
an edge. Like Daniel Radcliffe is the
Egerton.
guy you can always bring home to your
Thank you.
parents, whereas Taron
This
Egerton,
is my boyfriend, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He was an alcoholic at 12. Hi. Do you love him, Mom?
Taron Egerton, I think that guy is Wolverine.
Yeah.
What about
I
Guns
think he's
Akimbo?
That's fair.
I agree.
I mean, he was in Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, he was great in
Guns
Guns
Akimbo,
Akimbo.
he's great, but he's still, you know what it is? It's his face.
Yeah, it's a
He's got a
stupid
great face, but he doesn't have a face that says, I'm going to kill you.
No.
He will not kill you.
Unless
He-
you're
and I love-
Voldemort.
Well,
All right.
he's good in horns. I
Let's
thought he was good in horns based on the Joe Hill story.
Oh, he's great
novel.
now.
You're wrong. We're right. Moving on.
Dave XP said, which movie is likely to be darker, the new Winnie the Pooh or Barney?
Oh.
I think Winnie the Pooh, because I don't think Barney's going to actually be like a horror movie.
I don't think it's going to be
I think it would make a great double feature.
What a fun day. What a fun day with the kids.
It all depends if they treat Barney like a real dinosaur, like eating people.
Just at the end, he gets destroyed by an asteroid.
But bears also eat people.
True.
So,
Maybe
Ray with the
Barney,
science fact corner.
maybe Barney is
Bears
the
eat
beginning
people.
of the new Jurassic Park trilogy. Ooh. That they're gonna deal with the fact that now that dinosaurs are everywhere, Barney he's the first thinking, talking dinosaur, and they're gonna go from there. Maybe.
The possibilities truly are endless. What's next?
Al Rencha said, have you seen the Constance Wu article in Variety?
yes, I did.
Yeah, in which she attempted suicide after a fellow Asian actress attacked her over her frustration
My God.
about Fresh Off the Boat being renewed. Do we have a part?
No, I think that was it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read about this, and I know I've been somebody who's gone on air and talked about how I thought her comments about Fresh Off the Boat were inappropriate because so many people work on that show, and you know, I obviously didn't know the full story of what was going on. I just saw an actor who seemed privileged.
I was a big fan of this show. I actually recorded every new episode.
love
It wasn't
that show.
for everyone, but just because, yeah, of course I'm Asian, I related a lot to it. Some of the things were a little extra, but when I heard this news, I was like, I understood what her tweet was, and for people to attack her so much to where she is really having problems with it is I don't think it's right.
No,
Just
for
like
sure.
a person can choose whatever way they make money or whatever way what they enjoy, and if the show wasn't something that was enjoyable to her, she's free to do something else. She want to do something else. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and I'm a fan of the show, so
I do have to say, though, before she explained, oh, I was upset because I couldn't do this other project that I felt very passionate about, it did seem like it's an actress who wanted out of a show and didn't care about her fellow castmates or all the people who work on production. So
Yeah.
it did feel like a very thoughtless tweet.
Yeah, I wish-
That said, though, people messaging her and telling her she was a disgrace to her community and that they didn't want to associate with her, that's messed up.
she should have let it known if she wanted out of the show. Like that should have been something that's been in the air. Like it couldn't
For
be out of
sure.
nowhere because a lot of people would get hurt by that who worked on the show.
Well, you know, as someone who's never tweeted anything beyond reproach.
No.
It's true.
My
Not even
entire
online.
Twitter profile is exemplary.
You're perfect.
It's so perfect. I completely I understand where she was coming from, and to get that kind of people piling on, nobody needs that. You know, she could have. I mean, I wake up sometimes mornings with a fifth of Jack in my hand, and what did I tweet? And I'm like, oh no. So perhaps
He was like, oh my God, what did he put out there?
that's it. That's me many a morning.
That's Hugh
One
Jackman.
particular morning back
Looking
in
like he's gonna
2010.
kill Rob.
I have a lot of respect for her coming out and being honest about
Yeah.
that because I think
Absolutely.
it's something we're not talking about, and that is a very big issue. Just how social media and sort of this, you know, and I'm not going to start playing like cancel culture, but
Right.
the lack of nuance and the pile on and
Right.
and how much that can really negatively affect your mental health. I just really respected her honesty and that she, you know, it might not be like, oh, now we have an answer, but it's just adding to that conversation of how do we handle this? How, you know, this is
Absolutely.
clearly an issue.
Well, and it's really important for people to talk about that on these very large platforms to make people not feel alone. And with that in mind, too, everyone, the suicide crisis hotline number has changed recently, too.
Yes.
It's now 988 if you ever need help or need somebody to talk to. It's a whole thing you can do. What's next?
Jay Bling said, Madam Web, the universe-baiting Sony Spider-Verse movie filled with talent that deserve better. I mean, Sydney Sweeney just got Emmy nominated.
She did. She did for Euphoria. I just don't know what this movie is. So I can't really judge it.
I don't
I'm
think
just
Sony
confused.
knows what this movie is.
It is. It's just like.
Hey, he remembered it existed, though.
Ooh, Adam Scott.
Moving on
That's what it
up.
was. It's Adam, Scott.
Scott's
Now
got
I
that
can never
in
forget.
that brain now.
I
Like
mean,
Ben?
You know, here's the thing. After watching It's Morbin Time, I mean, I'm just, I don't understand what the goal of this Sony Spider-Verse is.
I feel like the web is the cast we are weaving because it is
Yep.
a lot of heavy hitters. It's some really great actors. With, 2 Emmy-nominated folks in there, Adam and Sweeney, and I just don't know what this movie's supposed to be about.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
It's the
it's
multiverse
confusing.
thing.
It's Madam Web in a Spider-Man-less Spider-Verse.
know. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing.
Is
too.
Adam Scott gonna be Spider-Man?
He's gonna be like a Ben Riley.
Let's
I mean,
do
to
it.
me, it's
He's
like
gonna be Scarlet
Titanic.
Spider.
To me, it's like Titanic without the ship.
You mean they're all
They'll
just
just be
floating in the
swimming.
water?
Swimming. Titanic on that
Beach.
ship is swimming.
the motion picture.
Oh my god!
Icebergs. A love story. All right, what's next?
Jim One said Daniel Kaluuya would be a good choice for the next James Bond. He has an amazing screen presence that works either as a fun or more intense Bond.
I could see that.
I haven't
think
thought
he'd be
about
great.
him, but that'd be fun.
Whatever role he's in, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm
he's an
so down
incredible
for him.
actor.
He is.
He's very passionate. I really enjoy everything he's in. Small role, big role. I said it yesterday, so whatever. If
There's
he's
a-
in it, I'll watch it.
Yeah, there's a great article that came out talking about his relationship with Jordan Peele and how he wrote the role in Nope specifically for him because of the quiet intensity that he can bring to moments and everything. And I think that's something that could be a very interesting, compelling thing to have in Bond because Daniel Craig brought that where you have
Yeah.
that steely look of like,
Sure.
is he gonna kill somebody or have sex? I don't know what's happening right now. And I
Wait,
think-
when does
Both.
Yeah,
When does Nope come out? That's the 22nd,
That's
right?
coming
That's
up.
soon, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right around the corner.
Oh,
2 weeks.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm gonna see it. And I hate it already.
Nope.
Us fucked me up, y'all.
That's fair. What else we got?
I am awesome. 418 said, Amy, with John gone, I think this is the perfect time to ask, what are your thoughts on Batman Beyond? Would you watch a
Oh,
live action
yeah.
movie adaptation?
we already put her in the crew, and we don't even know.
Yeah.
We don't even know.
I'm gonna have to admit it. I'm not super familiar.
You're so lucky.
Familiar's okay. Not liking it is a different
No.
story.
Yeah, I mean, honesty is always the best policy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Did you ever watch the Batman animated series?
Like a little bit. I was not a Batman kid growing up.
That's
You're like a
really
musical theater kid.
I'm a
right?
musical theater kid.
So what did you? What
am
about
both.
Spider-Man? Turn off the dark.
Oh, I have thoughts about that one.
Okay, there you go.
You know what? I bet you can speak more eloquently about that Spider-Man property than any of us could.
True, probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, the main
See?
question is, if Batman even if you don't know about it,
Yeah.
if Batman Beyond came out as a live action movie, would you see it?
Yeah.
Do you think it would make money?
I think that's there's a lot of variables there.
It's a great answer.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I should have gone into politics.
All
You
right.
just have to do
Still
the thumb
can.
up talk of like, I believe in a Batman Beyond film, but I haven't seen anything yet,
Yep.
so I can't speak on the matter.
Nope.
It
What
depends
is
on
the
his
definition of Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
Man, that is for our younger viewers, I guess I don't think you're going to get those
You were
90s
born in the
references.
90s,
I'm
you're
sorry.
going, what?
Jerome said, "Watch for All Mankind last night."
Oh, yeah, you guys did.
Oh, Ray,
No, you
did
first.
we watch For All Man?
Oh, yeah.
Last night,
6. When I got the notification, I turned it right on.
dude. Elizabeth and I, as soon as it was available, we went and watched it. And I have to say, I mean, I thought it was to me, it was an interim episode. It was a bridging episode between what came before and what's coming up. So it was the end of certain things, and setting up certain things. I think you and I both have
There's
a character we want to see die.
yeah. Danny's got to go. If any of you have been watching the show, you know about Danny.
Yeah.
And every time I see that guy's face, and I don't have a lot of hate for anything, there is something that makes his face so punchable.
But I will say this: the thing about For All Mankind is, for all the great aspirational human endeavor and everything that we're capable of, it has some great like melodrama,
Yeah.
like the Housewives of Beverly Hills melodrama. They're doing a great job weaving that into the show, and I'm there for it.
There's like 366 problems in the whole show. Just pick the ones you want to follow, right? There's like so many dynamics in the show. It's like you can ignore one problem that's going on with two people and be completely, in with another one. I mean, me and you are the only one I feel are watching it.
Yeah,
So
we're
Apple TV,
clearly the only ones.
$10 of Rob's money and my money are going to you for All Mankind.
By the way, I would like to give a shout out to Sony because I've been tweeting about my love of the show on Twitter. They contacted me. Sony slid into my DMs.
Ooh, and said, "You up?"
And they said, we would like to send you some swag and they FedExed me a box. I got a box with some shirts, a water bottle, and a handwritten note. So that was a
You know what?
benefit.
And that's why we get
I
into this
gave a sweatshirt to Ray.
Hey,
Print shop sweatshirt. This is like my favorite thing. I hung it up on my wall. It's like,
Oh, dang.
hey, Sony, I've never seen it, but your girl loves some free shit.
Well, I'll tell you what I want, that if I can make a plea, I did not get in on the 150. There's 150. There's swag of the mission patches for season 3.
Oh.
I didn't know about this. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Sony talking up the show.
But so many of the things that are Comic-Con exclusives end up being bullshit. Like, I have a Gwen Stacy that I love that was an exclusive, and then I saw it friggin' everywhere. I went to Universal City Walk and was like, what the shit is this?
Well,
Nothing's
hey
exclusive
man,
at Universal
City
I
Walk,
want
let me
a
tell you.
Ron Moore signed tin with Mike Akuda designed mission patches. What do I have to do to get that? Come on.
I
now.
ain't gonna lie. I was almost a little late here because Funko, they dropped their SDCC boxes this morning. The only reason why I tried to get one is one of them was a lion. And you know, my birthday's August 1st. I'm a Leo. My favorite jungle animal is a lion. And I missed. So.
Well, back to the original topic. For All Mankind is a show that's on Apple Plus. Ron Moore is one of the co-creators of the show. He began his career writing Star Trek: The Next Generation in the 3rd season back in the late 80s. He created with David Icke Battlestar Galactica, Outlanders, another show. This show rules. And let me tell you,
thank you for All Mankind.
and I have to say, in terms of female characters, some of the strongest female characters ever, I worry about Margot. I worry about the president. And if you watch a show, you'll know.
Ooh, all right. I gotta check it out. I haven't yet.
It's so good.
What else we got?
Glenn Mark said,
Glenn!
voiceover is over. Thanks, Casey. I learned so much. Your class is incredible, packed with fun, buoyant with mirth, and a warmth imbued in love.
Aw.
Do we have a second part?
Every time
Do we
I
have
see
more
him,
compliments
all
for
I can think of
Chris?
is Glenn Gary, Glenn Mark. That's what I want to say.
Wishing my classmates success as they journey on into the realm of VO, sending through the Flu Network hearts, flowers, and floating stars.
Oh, Glenn, thank you so much. Glenn was in my intro to voiceover class, and then he did my advanced class, so we worked together for 12 weeks. He was in such a great group. I'm actually doing Eric and Tisha's demo this weekend, Glenn. Thank you for my Simpsons drawing, too. You're the sweetest.
Hang on a second. You need to. Somebody's already singing your praises as a student of yours.
Yeah.
But I think that you need to give us a little taste of your capabilities, which always.
Do you just want the chipmunk voice?
No.
Okay.
I was going to ask you to give me 3 of your favorite voices talking
my
about
God.
Batman Beyond.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
Man, on the spot, Rob.
Right?
You know, I think the really cool thing about Terry McGinnis is he's just like a really cool guy that I can relate to as a dude, right? So he's really awesome. And he's like really a dreamy, and I think he's just like totally schway. He's so fun to be around. And, you know, I think that guy is really, really cool.
If you guys want to take classes, thank you so much. Thank you. Back to my coffee. If you guys want to take classes, hit me up. I am starting another round of intro over at EEB Studios. Logan and I started our own studio, guys, which is really fun. It's called Speak Friend. We do private one-on-one classes in voiceover, dialect coaching, and we do demo creation. And I think that acting's supposed to be fun, and I think a lot of teachers.
Oh my God,
you
it
can
is.
Speak to this, Amy. Like a lot of teachers suck out all the joy of it and want you to be so serious and up your own butt about stuff. And it's supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be an exploration of like the human experience, even if you are playing Pixar-y like animated characters. And I just want people to enjoy it and have a good time.
Speak Friend.
Isn't that great?
Greatest name ever. Like if you have like a studio, you have to have people that have to have like a black light to see where the door is.
And the other things.
Whoa, on our door?
No, stop that.
I'm Catholic,
Why do you
Ray.
gotta
What do you
make
think I'm
something-
You
doing?
know, black
on,
lights
man.
were only made for one thing: to make sure your hotel is as clean as they say they are.
Wow. You know what? My friend Cal, Swag Props, he makes actually beautiful prop replicas of the map to the Misty Mountains, and you use black light to see the runes.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
Was
Yeah,
it
what if you're
snowing
trying
on
to
those
solve a mystery?
Well, if the mystery involves semen, you're set.
Don't they all?
Like the curse? You mean the Soviet submarine that sank?
Yeah,
Okay.
all of them. All of them. Every Agatha Christie tale comes back to
The
this.
dirtiest show on YouTube, baby.
We bring the filthy.
Still really good acting supposed
Wow,
to be
I
fun.
didn't get us demonetized.
Haven't had a
today.
good time in 15 years, but okay. Dr. J with the big old super chat. Thank you, Dr. J. Batman Beyond and the childless 30-year-old woman.
She's my favorite superhero. I relate to her so much.
The Marvel series from
Is that his
WandaVision.
name?
From WandaVision to Ms. Marvel, all have outstanding supporting casts. Which supporting character would you love to see come back in another show or movie?
Good question.
Ooh, man. I mean, I freaking love Randall Park's agent in WandaVision. I want him to have his own
Yes.
mystery solving show.
The two of them.
Oh yeah, him and Darcy,
Yeah,
right?
The new
Really
X-Files.
I would love
Yes.
that. And then I really love Amir. I really love Amir on
The
Ms.
brother?
Marvel. Yeah, the brother. I think
Yeah.
he's so
He's
fun.
sweet. He's real
He's
sweet.
very, very sweet. I want to see him get that bank account full. You know, he was real concerned about taking care and providing for his wife, and just wants to watch Bake Off. I
Wants to
love
know if he has superhero powers.
Yeah.
Believing everything she says at that restaurant. saying that's their cousin. He's like, oh, that's our cousin.
Yeah, sure.
Remember that thing?
Why
was
would my
so
sister
funny.
lie to me?
Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew for real? Or do you think he was completely
I think he
oblivious?
genuinely believed his sister.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I don't know. As somebody with a brother, if I tell him something at face value, he's like, "Chris is probably telling me the truth. Why would she lie?"
I feel like Kamran has some interesting stuff going on.
Oh,
I'd
that's
watch a
true.
Kamran show.
Yeah.
I will say too, I'm feeling very lucky because I feel like my answer would have been Agatha.
Oh,
But
And
they're
we're-
doing-
I know.
And
That's
you're
why I'm
getting
feeling real lucky.
We all want to see Baron Zemo,
More Catherine
right?
Hahn. What's not
We
to
all want to
love?
see more Baron Zemo.
just Benzemo dancing.
Yeah, that's Dancing Queen.
Can you show us some dance moves, Rob?
No.
Damn it.
He hasn't
Why,
had
why are we
enough
doing
yet.
like show and tell?
I
all
am
of a
not going to
sudden?
dance right now.
Yeah, all
I
right.
mean, I would.
Yeah.
But I feel that would overshadow the rest of this great show.
Whoa.
yeah.
Bold claim. All right.
That would be the show, Rob.
J Master said Variety reports Keanu Reeves is set to host a Formula One docuseries about the open wheel racing cars for Disney Plus, set to debut fall of 2023.
Good.
By the way, he's not set to. He's been filming that. And he was. Did you see? He was recently on social media because he was at the airport, and a kid came up to him and said, "You're Keanu Reeves," and he answered this kid's questions, and then he asked questions of the kid.
Oh.
An
Class
amazing exchange. I mean, I think Keanu Reeves is the closest thing we have to a leprechaun, like a real living celebrity leprechaun. Whenever he shows up, he just does things. Like he might pull up to you on his motorcycle, and he'll go like, when you see him, I mean, that guy is just amazing.
I feel like he's top of most people's list. You know how it's like what celebrity would just devastate you if you found out they were a creep? And I feel like it's like him and Tom Hanks.
Because
people are just like, we
it's
can't.
just like the kindest people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Are Henry Winkler, Tom Hanks, and Keanu Reeves.
yeah.
And can I just say that Hot Toys released these very exclusive convention only, and they're all sold out. One of them was Keanu Reeves as Neo from Matrix Resurrected. And you know what boy doesn't have it? Me.
That boy.
And also Disney Plus.
Body.
I would love Disney Plus to add to their documentary section.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing because number one for me is documentaries. Second, natural disaster movies. Come on.
Well,
Just
also a
add those.
Disney Plus documentary that doesn't just, and I will watch every one of them and cry and love them, but a Disney Plus documentary that doesn't just feel like an ad for more Disney properties.
Right.
Like I'll watch things for like 3 hours and be like, oh, I want to go to Disneyland. Like, they got me.
By the way, since you brought it up,
Oh.
in the trailer for the ILM documentary, they show the unaltered version of the Death Star exploding, not the '97 with the shock wave that they ripped off from Star Trek 6, but whatever, it's the real explosion.
Hell yeah.
I actually, so years ago, I was at the Troubadour, and I have a Keanu Reeves story. I'll make this short. He was next to me at one of the bars of the Troubadour. We talked for like 30 minutes.
Hell yeah.
And he was just really like engaging. This is years ago. This is before I was ever in like post-production, production, whatever. I was still doing finance and accounting. He was asking me about my job. We mostly talked about like bands that we were kind of into at the time and some shows that were coming up. He talked to me for like 30 minutes. He bought me a drink.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
As we sat there at the bar. And the whole time I'm like, he's gonna leave soon. He's gonna get tired of me. And he just kept talking with me.
And-
at the end of the conversation, he's like, hey, can you suggest like 5 bands that I should check out? And so I wrote on a napkin. I gave him 4 that he could check out. The 5th I wrote Wild Stallions. I had to.
I feel like that's not just like a cool celebrity question. That's just a cool person question.
Yeah.
Like if someone at a party was like, write down 5 bands I should check out, I'd be like,
Man,
oh,
he's 100.
I'm in love with
By
you.
the way, hang on. You wrote Wild Stallions as your 5th choice?
Yes.
Okay, let's just talk about how cool producer Jonathan Boyko is. 'Cause that is some A-list cool shit right there. Well done, Jonathan.
Thank you. He could be listening to one of those bands right now.
Maybe
Till this
Wild
day.
Stallions.
He could have gotten into one of those bands.
But you know what
For real.
Jonathan
That's true.
proved? He proved he's not only a cool dude, but he gets it. He gets it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people left that get it.
He keeps level.
I don't
He doesn't
get
see
it.
himself above anybody.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right.
Who else we got?
Hard no. Jay Bling said, speaking of Ana de Armas in Deep Water, I feel like she's a perfect lead for modern day erotic thrillers. She has so much allure and she's not shy.
But was Deep Water an erotic thriller? Because
Well-
the reviews were it was neither erotic nor thrilling.
Okay, hang on a second. Okay, it's Adrian Lyne, the man who directed Fatal Attraction, the man who, directed like Jacob's Ladder, coming back. Here's the thing. That is the ultimate cuck film. I mean, Ben Affleck is such a cuck, he's driven to murder. She was so good in that movie, even though I wanted to punch her in the face. I mean, I think it was a lead-in to she's in Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe film.
Very curious.
And of course, now there's some controversy because Jamie Lee Curtis said when she was working with her. And here's the thing. Hang on, wait a second. What's so funny to me is Jamie Lee Curtis was saying, don't underestimate people. I was an idiot.
This is another example of when you see a clip or a line as a headline and you go, whoa, that's way out of bounds.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, married to Christopher Guest for a long time, one of the queen of Hollywood royalty. Yeah. She's like, I met this woman. I didn't know her. I didn't know what she was capable of or what. And she's saying I underestimated her.
She probably could have said it in a better way, though, if I thought she was uncultured, and that was the part
fresh
where I went,
off the boat
Jamie,
kind of energy.
Shovel down.
Well, yeah,
let's rephrase.
I always think of the Mike Birbiglia. What I should have said was nothing.
but I think that when you're being interviewed and you're being asked, she's using words now. Now, we have an entire culture police that's looking to get people. She was just being honest. She was just saying, I didn't know. Like, if I were to say, you know what? I'm not going to say it. But I'm just saying that she was just being honest, and using, she was heightened examples of what was going through her mind.
Yeah.
And that she was trying to say that this woman, here's the thing. She saw her as a young actress, did not understand how much experience she actually had. I mean, and not only that, she's Ana de Armas is classically trained. I mean, she goes way back.
Actress.
She's incredible. And her versatility is amazing.
For sure.
But if you've never met her and didn't, I just want to say I have a 6-scale action figure of her as Joy from Blade Runner 2049. Just want to say, I know how great she is.
You know what? Sometimes we all just need to use the advice of Papa Carr, though. Does it need to be said? Does it need to be said by me? And does it need to be said right now?
Okay.
And those answers we're all no here. So
that's some good ass advice. Right, and I will say though, to actually get back to the question, I think a lot of this will depend on kind of how Blonde does. I think if that blows up, she could become sort of this the RNC-17 queen for a minute if that is a success.
Oh, if they allow that cut to be released,
taking the crown from
her.
But the thing is, she was incredible in Knives Out. If you look at her, whether she's in James Bond, whether she's in Blade Runner, whether she's in Knives Out, she has she's
ridiculously versatile.
And what's amazing is she like all great actresses, that they can encompass everyone. She can be the hottest girl on the planet. And at the same time, in Knives Out, she can be mousy and you have no idea how beautiful she is.
Yeah.
She is a chameleon of the first order and an amazing presence.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm excited to see more from her.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's great.
What else we got?
Did we cover this one?
We did.
Yes, okay. That was the Sabrina question. Bobby Jackson said, after Batgirl, we still have Blue Beetle, which is theatrical bound, Static Shock, and Green Lantern Corps that hasn't been canceled yet for HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then Batgirl isn't the last one then.
There you go.
Yep. Thank you for that.
Thank you for the fact check.
Green Lantern Corps is more non-existent than The Flash.
Yeah.
They've been talking about Green Lantern Corps, I feel, for years. And I love the Green Lantern Corps. I do.
I want Kilowog.
I think if DC, if I was David Zaslav, I would make another Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. And I would hire like Steve Zalian to write it and make it awesome.
Ooh.
Because I thought he was great as Hal Jordan.
I agree. I think
that movie had a wild tonal problems.
Yep.
The villains were all stupid.
Yeah.
He was great.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's great in everything.
Did you see Green Lantern?
I did not.
You're so lucky.
Trust me.
You don't need to. You don't ever need to see it.
The stuff on
I live in blissful ignorance.
The stuff on Owen, the stuff with the Guardians was actually pretty good. Kilowog, all that stuff.
I love Kilowog.
Oh, man.
I want a Kilowog show. I'd watch that. That'd be great. And yeah, we do have other things. We've got Blue Beetle and all that good stuff. So hopefully everything comes out and sticks the landing and DC does some good work.
But Blue Beetle was supposed to come out before Batgirl.
I thought so. Yeah. I was confused when that got the theatrical green light first, too. I was like, but what? Okay.
For why?
Exactly. What else we got?
Ricky Bizarro says, just finished Barry season 3. Wow. Finale had me glued to the screen. Any plans to watch? Thoughts if you guys have watched? Thanks. That has been on my to watch list for so goddamn long.
man,
I love Bill Hader, and I
it's so
just
good.
keep slacking on this one.
It's fantastic. This season is so dark and uncomfortable. And there's a lot of stuff in this series, too, of just like, can we come back from this? And can we root for this character at all? And NoHo Hank. Oh, I love NoHo Hank. So good. Have you been watching it, Rob?
I have. You know, I started watching Barry. I'll tell you why I caught up with the third season. I'm finally done with it. And like you, I'm like, wow, this show has gone places I didn't expect it to go. The reason I got into the third season was that chase sequence.
So good.
Because people kept sending it to me. I'm like, I haven't seen it yet. And then I watch it, I'm like, what's going on? It was so good that I wanted to know what's happening. It's really good.
It's really well done. And Bill Hader's directing has just...
Well, he directed that
Yep.
episode too.
He talks about, he's like, if I can get a stuntman in a helmet so I don't have to do things, that's what I want to do. But he has really, really become a director that people need to take note of.
No, an incredible, he's amazing.
Yeah,
Really,
absolutely.
really good.
What else?
Jasmine Jones said, part one, Only Murders in the Building is so good. Can't wait to see Who Killed Bunny. And Selena Gomez always had good comedic comedy, even in Wizards of Waverly Place as Alex.
Is
Is that a part one of anything else?
Yeah, it's just
There we go. Also, both Alex and Mabel had the same comedic white and artist skills, Selena Gomez says, and I agree.
Same comedic wit?
Wit.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say she's very much not white.
That last episode too, she was good.
Oh, yeah.
Really good.
She has some really, really great stuff in this show. I just love her.
No, truly, to hold your own and like be kind of well. And sometimes she's the straight man, and I'm glad she's
Yep.
getting recognition for it because the straight man has to have better timing than anyone in the room,
You're right.
Absolutely.
And her timing is impeccable.
and to hold your own with two of like the great comedy icons. For sure.
Two of the three amigos.
Yeah. Well, and
She's the third amigo.
She's the third amigo, and I am much happier
Yeah.
with this grouping. Well, and to out straight man Steve Martin too.
Yeah.
Who like has been able to commit to playing against the Muppets in
Yeah.
a way where you're like, those are all just people he's around and annoyed by.
Yeah.
Like that is a feat in itself.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Tyler Rod said, "Hi crew, Madam Web's set leaks show at least a portion of the movie will take place in New York City in 2003. We know a certain Spidey was in New York at that time. Do you think we could see a Tobey Maguire appearance?"
Well, thank you for that $20 super chat, Tyler. That's
Thank you,
amazing.
thank you.
And no, I don't think Youth Pastor Spider-Man's going to be back, but
I feel like probably not. You know.
yeah.
It's Madam Web. It's multiverse.
I mean, maybe. What if Adam Scott is just being Tobey Maguire?
Yes.
There'd be worse casting.
Look, I can see. Look, do you think Tobey Maguire did not have fun? With
Oh, of
all
course
of it?
he did.
So maybe,
I mean, if he gets to come back and do some
Maybe.
sweet dance moves,
just maybe,
maybe we'll see Tobey Maguire.
could be.
Joe Adonis said, "Hey guys, with that Secret Headquarters trailer dropping, it reaffirms my enthusiasm for a new Agent Cody Banks movie with Walker Scobell. Make it so, Rob. Just call Jerry Bruckheimer."
Just call him, Rob.
Let me just say that the making of Cody Banks I could write a book about it.
I would
And
read that book.
It would be called The Unmaking of Cody Banks. Wow, that was a very dark, probably the darkest period of my life that cost me the most money.
Damn.
Yeah. I've never told that story ever.
We're waiting for that book.
Yeah,
it's
there you
going to
go.
be amazing.
As long as
wait.
I get a big advance.
Yeah. What else we got?
Taylor Pfeiffer said, "Anyone else excited for Stuckman's horror film Shelby Oaks?"
I don't know what that is, but I'm
Yeah, I
never
don't know
excited
what
about
that
horror.
Okay, here's the thing. Chris Stuckman, obviously a great YouTube reviewer. He crowdfunded his first film. I love Chris Stuckman. I don't believe I met him. He's been doing great reviews for years on YouTube. He's now putting his money or his reputation where his interests are. He crowdfunded. He got over $1 million. He's directing his first film. I can't wait to see what Chris Stuckman is doing. I have mad props for him. Chris, don't fuck up, because I cannot wait to see what you've done. Congratulations, sir, to you. And I hope that the entire cast and crew of Shelby Oaks is eagerly awaiting what you have made because I think you are going to crush it.
Aw, what a sweet pep talk. Way to go, Chris. What else we got?
Tim Platt said, was rewatching Ms. Marvel with my mom, who hadn't seen it yet. When they talk about Dr. Selvig, she goes, that's the guy from Thor. Feel like I've succeeded as a son.
You have, Tim. You did it.
Nicely done.
Tim, you did it. You made your mom care about Marvel. I still haven't.
There is always like a cool moment when your parents are like, no, wait, I know what that is. Like, oh, I don't have to talk you through it. I love that.
We were driving home, and Amy's like, yeah, when my mom watches the show. And I was like, your parents watch the show?
They're used to what a little monster I am. It's fine.
Oh, man. I've been embarrassing my parents since 1987. They don't need to see any of this shit. What else we got?
Jay Master said, the Hollywood Reporter does report the live-action CG hybrid tentpole feature Lilo and Stitch is heading to Disney+.
Only to Disney Plus? Straight to Disney Plus? That bums me out.
That bums me out a lot. Lilo and Stitch gets the short end of the stick again.
Yeah.
That movie needs more love.
It really, really does.
Wow.
And I think that's a confirmation, too, that Stitch is probably going to be CG,
That's
unfortunately.
really annoying.
Yeah, that bums me out a lot. I stand by the Stitch film had the best marketing campaign of anything ever, and I want Deadpool to do the same thing of just interjecting Deadpool into classic MCU scenes, just like they did with Stitch, like showing up in the Beauty and the Beast bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I
was
love that
really
movie
cute.
so
really
much. You would love that movie, Ray. You really need to watch
It's
it.
delightful.
It's so cute. Ugh.
That's a bummer.
Well, damn. Maybe it'll break norm and be a great straight to streaming movie.
You know, I feel that they're hamstringing the film out of the gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They can be done, though. I mean, Chip and Dale was cute.
Chip and Dale was cute.
So I'll give him some props.
I found myself asking myself, though, would I have liked this as much if I paid to go see it in a movie theater?
No, probably
Yeah,
not.
well,
It exceeded my expectations, but I think I still would have been like, man, I paid $20 to see this.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
All right. What else we got?
King Ghost said, loved the mutant line, but the following line, whatever, it's just going to be another label. Genius writing, just setting up the entire war to come from the mutant label.
Agreed.
Yeah.
yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, I love that. And it's such a teenager response, too, of like, whatever, I don't need it.
Yeah.
And if you're an X-Men fan, God loves, man kills, and you know what I'm talking about.
What else?
Danito says, going through every film on AFI list, Citizen Kane.
Well done. I mean, that movie is wildly entertaining. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to watch Citizen Kane. It's really, really good.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
I think it's wildly overrated.
Okay, you're wrong.
See, that's the thing. We were just talking about the whole, like, I feel like I'm hesitant to watch it because when something gets hyped as, like, the best blank ever made, the best blank of all time,
Yeah.
it almost can't live up to it. But I'm willing to give it a shot.
I had to watch
I don't
it
think it's the
myself.
greatest
I feel like when I
film.
finally saw Godfather, I was like, no, that's as good as everyone
I
said
don't think
it
it's
was.
the greatest
So-
film of all time, but I mean, it's a great film.
It's
Yeah.
a great film. Look, it's wildly entertaining. If you I understand. I mean, you got to put yourself into the mindset of when it was made.
For sure. Absolutely.
But-
well, and
but-
I am a huge classic cinema fan. Like, most of my favorite movies are from the 1940s. That one, just because it was so hyped for me, could not live up to the expectation. I've disappointed you so much. Well, this was a fun first day back together.
I still love you.
Up next,
I
we
will
got
always, Chris, I will always
You will
love you.
Celine
I have
Dion me?
more love for you than you will ever know. And, Logan,
Or wait, Whitney Houston.
all respect. But, God damn it, why do you must love Citizen Kane.
Don't.
You're
And the
breaking my
shaft.
heart, Lisa.
Oh, no. Who else we got?
In a world.
I got heavy. Michael Johnson said, your advice about the lightsaber was interesting, Rob, but my girlfriend took it really well after just being honest.
Yes.
LOL.
Michael, you might recall, he asked what he should say about getting this very expensive lightsaber
Oh, I thought
to
that
his
was a
girlfriend,
weird
and you were
question.
like, "Don't tell her." Just
Okay,
lie."
and I said, be straight up.
Yeah.
Don't be a wuss and let her know. It's not like something you're going out every week and blowing money at the casino. Like, she'll understand. And who
Eventually.
said to lie?
You said to lie.
Okay, and things worked out. I'm glad. I'm glad for you. I'm proud of you.
Okay, look, here's
Your
the thing.
relationship advice was
To lie.
lie?
Well, not mention it. Not mention it.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, like, I don't know everything.
That's a great
Someone
opening
just-
line.
We got it. Can we pull that clip and just?
That's a great opening line.
But I know enough. Now here's some relationship advice from your Uncle Rob. Women are pragmatists.
Are we?
You are.
Tell us about ourselves.
You
please,
are.
Rob.
I'm going to mansplain to you both.
Thank you. What am
Right
I,
now,
Rob?
I'm mansplaining.
Okay.
You're pragmatists. So if I tell you that I am going to say I'm going to sack Troy, a city, with my army, you'll be like, okay, well, that's fine, but how many men do you have? How many ships do you have? You guys are going to ask me the details. I'm going to be like, I don't know. I'm just going to do it.
I was going to say, I'm going to ask you, why do you want to wrestle Troy? He seems like an okay guy.
Okay, well, there you
What
go.
about Troy Sack?
But women
But women.
want the details.
Have you ever seen What
They
Women Want?
want
It's
to
a
know.
great movie.
You are pragmatists. When I talk about
But that's
my
different.
dreams-
No. As a woman, if my boyfriend said, I want to buy this expensive lightsaber with my own money, I'd be like, you're an adult, it's your money. If
Yes!
we don't need that money, like if we're not agreed that we're
Okay.
saving money for something specific.
Wait a minute. No. You're lying. You are lying. I have never, ever, I am old.
Rob's world is shattered.
When I've
Oh,
said,
I'm sorry. You're older than me and you know what I would do.
no, what I'm saying, I want to buy a very expensive lightsaber. I'm telling you, you would say, if we were,
Don't mansplain my own emotions to me.
let's say you and I were married, all right? And I said, honey, babe, I want to spend $1,000 on a lightsaber. Even if we were rich. And by the way, this is why
Is it your money or is it like our
No,
joint
this is
money?
why
It
I
would be
would've married
joint.
you. This is
So
why I
you may have earned
because
it.
you're
You
smarter
may
than
very
me.
well have
You're
earned
smarter
it.
than me. You'd be like, honey, $1,000 lightsaber. Do you really need it? You would ask me that.
But if
question.
it's your money,
No. You would, even if it was.
She might ask that, but at the end of the day, she'd want you to be happy. So let's move on.
My God, I wish I had
Yeah.
more women like her in my life.
I mean, Logan, you can call me out in the chat, I guess. I feel like when he wants to buy stupid shit, I'm just like, all right.
Look, at
I
the
do
end
it
of
more
the
than he
day-
does. So.
Look, I'm just happy our viewer, it worked out.
yeah, congrats.
True. That's true.
Congrats on your lightsaber.
Yeah.
The unbearable weight of a good
Depends who
burger.
ignites it.
The unbearable weight of a good burger said, question. Oh no. Why did the hot dog wear a sweater? Because it was a chili dog.
Oh.
Yay.
for that one?
No.
I think that's
What did he call
right
it?
or
A drum
boot.
shot?
Ray Orr has not moved after that joke.
Yeah.
What happened?
Ray didn't like that one.
Well,
Hey, thank you.
Oh yeah. Let's move on. I'll probably hear it again.
Yeah. We appreciate you writing in though.
In a world.
Luis Enrique de la Pena said, there's a supposed leaked Black Panther 2 plot description. I read it and I thought it was paint by numbers. Have you read it?
I
I haven't
haven't.
caught that, no.
No.
I saw the painting though. No, I have not read it.
I try to stay out of that.
Yeah,
Like if there's ever anything.
Where did it come from, too? Because I'm skeptical.
Yeah. Is it from a reputable source or did someone just tweet it out and be like, you know what? I saw this.
But here's what does paint by numbers mean?
Well, everyone always
Run of
talks
the mill.
about the formulaic nature of films, right? Of like, this was such a like paint by numbers, formulaic. I've seen this before. Guess what, guys?
Like
You've
rom-coms.
seen every movie
Rom-coms are like the prototypical paint
Yeah.
by numbers.
Yeah, and everything stems back, right? You could go every film borrow something from a Shakespearean plot. Every rom-com comes from Much Ado About Nothing. Every thriller you've seen has Agatha Christie notes. You know, we do obviously recycle things. Actors, writers. Guess what, guys?
There's what,
We
like
steal.
6 stories
Yeah.
that can happen?
Like,
By the way, Keanu Reeves, Much Ado About Nothing.
oh my gosh, I love him in Much Ado About Nothing.
I
He
do
got
too.
shit on that, and I think he did a great job. Also, like, he fine in that movie. But yeah, so if it's paint by numbers, I feel like that's just something people say.
And it's an opinion, so I don't know.
And
I
it's
don't quite know what it
it's a
means.
plot summary. Like, yeah, of course those aren't going to have all the like magic that God willing the movie will
Yeah,
have.
you're not going to give me a lot of minutia in there.
No. The flavor. Al Rencha said, this is two of something. I'm sorry. We talk about the fan community being toxic, but this infuriates me because actors should be trying to lift each other up. Oh, is that in response to the Constance
Constance
Wu
Wu.
situation?
Oh,
Yeah, Constance Wu, and then even the Tom Cruise thing
Yeah.
with what's his name, the
Well, and
yeah,
again,
He's
I
so
think a
relevant
lot of
that
it
we
just
can't even remember his name.
I'm just
Mickey
saying,
Rourke.
like, I don't know
Yeah, Mickey
what,
Rourke.
you always want to see your fellows, like, well,
Yeah. Well,
doing
it's a lack
good.
of nuance. I think it's just like with the Constance Wu situation, it's so easy to be like, what a terrible thing to say. But it's like, she's a person who had her reasons. She didn't wake up. No one wakes up. Very few people at least wake up and go, I'm going to be the asshole today. No one does that. And if you start approaching the world like that, it becomes a very different place. And I think, especially with the internet, we're very quick to go, this person's terrible. This person did this. So again, I'm really glad that conversation.
You know, it's really interesting. In '86, Mickey Rourke was in 9.5 Weeks,
Yes.
and Tom Cruise was in Top Gun. I think I wanted to be both of those dudes. So
For different
what does that
reasons.
say about me?
Says you're a dude, man.
it never gets
Nothing I
bad
didn't know
comments.
before, Rob.
I want to fly jets and have an S&M relationship with Kim Basinger.
You know what never has
Shit, who does
horrible
it?
comments to it?
My
Who
God.
has horrible comments?
Food. You
What's that?
rarely see anyone comment horribly on food. That's
Have you looked at Yelp?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the food that's like, oh yeah, you're right. Shit.
No one likes anything anymore.
If there's opinions out there, trust me.
Well, and every human being you meet has hard opinions on things. And you know, we've all heard the whole thing, right? Of opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, but your opinion doesn't have to make you an asshole. You are consciously choosing to be a dick when you're like, I'm the only person who's right about this, and everything you have to say about this is dog shit. So like,
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and I don't really want to see yours unless I ask.
Are you saying that soft opinions are bad?
no.
So
I'm
is that
just
a lot of
saying- I'm
opinions
just
you've asked
saying,
for?
Like,
Or a
you
little?
and I disagreeing about Citizen Kane, right? But we're not gonna like.
No, we don't
leave-
disagree. You're wrong.
Oh.
You're totally fucking up my point.
Oh
man.
my
I was gonna
God,
say, We're
Rob.
gonna leave this show though, and just still be like, oh, let's go shoot the shit and hang out,
Well, no.
right? We're not gonna be like, I hate you now because
We're
you-
gonna wrap, and Rob's going to storm out of
He's
here.
gonna flip the table.
I mean,
Flipping tables.
I would never dislike you because your opinion is demonstrably wrong about a movie.
for sure.
And then again, you would also probably not dislike me because I'm just an old douche.
No, I love that you're an old
See?
douche.
We have a mutual respect, and Amy here is new to this crowd.
Yeah.
And I would say I've developed a huge respect for you. over the
Why?
Well, I
Really,
think
Rob?
Because you let him buy the
fact that You can
lightsaber.
even come up with that zinger right now. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yes.
That's
Thank
why.
you. Thank you. I love you, you old douche.
See, folks, you don't have to snuff out other people's candles to make your flame shine brighter.
My God, John,
Wow, Hallmark here. Hallmark's here.
greatest episode of the show ever.
All right. Let's
All right,
get
Or John's just ripping his hair out.
Yeah, let's get through this.
Alex Mata said, according to Iman, after she argued, I saw this, that the MCU is in 616, Feige stared at her and gestures 616 with his fingers and just stared blankly and left. I think that was like on a red carpet or something.
Wow, is that
She was
true?
like, she said, no, or she like tweeted that like they were arguing about it and he like saw, I think it was a red carpet thing. He was just like,
I love
like
that.
walked away and she was like,
That's the greatest thing ever.
no, she's having so much fun with it.
Oh,
and
that's
delights
great.
me.
That's-
I love that she has the confidence too to be like, as a comic book reader, Kevin, go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
I love when
She's
when
so
big old
dope.
nerds are in nerd
Oh,
shit.
it's
so
wonderful.
It's so good.
Best.
Who else we got?
Casey Mack said, Little Walker Scoville, already building a career for himself, having to play a young Ryan Reynolds, gets to be Percy Jackson, and now playing Owen Wilson's son in a movie.
He's crushing it.
Killing
This
it.
kid is one to watch. He's a fantastic actor.
Out of
Yeah.
nowhere, too.
Yeah, if you haven't seen him on set with Ryan Reynolds doing a Deadpool monologue, you are missing out.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
It's so good.
He's in the know right there.
Oh, it's wonderful. Who else?
Marie Seifring said, with the 1999 super chat.
Marie.
Thank you. We've been waiting for Grogu's first words. What if all we hear is feed me? Like Little Shop of Horrors, Gremlins with force powers. Let the screaming begin.
Oh my god.
Marie knows what's up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to see.
Yep. Yep.
I just want that big booming voice to come out of him and be like, "Give me some lunch." I would be so happy.
Delighted.
Oh,
Please.
great.
It'd be kind of like in the like Rescue Rangers, like with the little what's his name? Yeah.
Talking. Oh.
J Master said, by the way, Chris Walker Scoville is the new Percy Jackson on the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series for Disney Plus.
I did know that, Jay. Thank you very much for writing in about it. And that gives me a lot more hope in this. Not only is the author way more jazzed about this series than the films, we've got really great talent in here. And, as John says, adding talent is never a bad idea. So,
Nope.
high hopes.
High hopes.
We had that one. Taki75 said, what made me recoil in Cats weren't the buttholes or lack thereof, but the army of singing and dancing cockroaches. That you can pinpoint a thing. Impresses me.
Yeah, so much of it was just my eyes. Man.
There was just an overarching sexuality to that movie that just sat very wrong with me.
Wow. And Cats.
Go on.
No,
Yeah, please.
Jason Derulo was about to suck some cat toes at one point, full ass. That's not me editorializing.
No, that's not an exaggeration.
No,
That
there
felt
was
like it was going to happen.
there was a real isn't this sexy to all of it that was what upset
And
me.
the answer was, no, it's not.
Unless that fruits your loops, in which case go off, I guess. Not gonna yuck your yum, people.
Fruits your loops might be my favorite thing I've heard all week. Thank you, Amy.
You're very
That
welcome,
was
Rob.
fantastic.
Connie Sang says, "Happy Friday, y'all."
Okay, I gotta give it up. Connie Sang's one of my most favorite people in the world. Haven't seen in a while.
She's
Hope Things are
amazing.
well. She's amazing.
I still have to go get drinks with her.
She's amazing.
I like her. We all should go do that.
She's fantastic. I miss you.
Addison says DreamWorks needs to make the She-Ra movie. It's been almost 2 years. I want more Katra and Adora in my life and the rest of the characters.
Yes, Addison, hard agree. I want a Scorpia movie. I want it all. That series was so good. I loved it. Did you watch that one, Ray?
I did some of it, and I liked
You like it?
But no She-Ra movie before my He-Man movie.
That's fair. Oh, and I want more Voltron, too, if I'm going to get any other, really rad DreamWorks stuff.
Thundercats, He-Man, She-Ra, Voltron. Everything 80s do it now,
Yeah.
or else we're all going to die before they come out.
Well, and I just got to say, too, all the DreamWorks animation stuff on Netflix is so killer. And if you haven't checked it out and you are into those classic 80s properties or animation, you need to be checking these shows out. They're so, so good and so well done. Oh.
By the way, this is when I'd like to remind everyone that Yoda, Dragon's Blood Season 3 begins on Netflix August 11th.
That's crazy. You promote that show a lot. Why?
I was the.
I'm just kidding.
Show. Thank you.
What else we got?
We got no Emmy.
We got Matt Tuween said, Rob, Kamala has clandestine DNA and she's a mutant. How's that going to work?
Fantastically.
She's going to kick some.
Well, I would say that the whole clandestine thing and the Nord dimension, a little sketchy and suspect. Maybe that was a myth that was told to people to make them do what they wanted to do.
Is it an element of different cultures have different names for things?
Could be. Here's the thing. In the Marvel universe, comic universe, there is Homo sapiens and Homo superior. And whether those Homo superior genes kick in puberty or whether they're latent when you're born or however it works, you're still better than Homo sapiens.
Well, and a lot of the mutants, we talked about this on the show the other day, tie into mythological creatures and
Yes.
how they've been perceived by humans. It was Azazel, who people assume is Beelzebub. He's a mutant.
That is correct.
A demonic mutant. So it works because comics.
That's right. I listen to Chris all the time.
No, you don't. That is
Yes,
a
I do.
full-faced
That is
lie.
not true.
You just tried to explain to both of us how we would feel about something. Moving on.
But I listen to the two of you. I am between the two of you. I get schooled.
That's true.
This is actually the first time I've learned more today than ever.
Wow.
Wow, that's real sad. Tyler Piper said, flying to Cleveland to see Fellowship of the Ring with a live orchestra this weekend.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Wow.
You're going to love it.
That's super fun.
sorry you got to go to Cleveland, but that sounds dope. I got family out there. It's fine. I can
Hello,
say it.
Wow. Ripping everyone's
I've been-
butthole today.
My best friend lives in Cleveland. I'm so excited to tell her to go do something cool.
Yeah, that sounds
Don't
dope.
swim in the
Colin.
lake, though.
What else we got, guys?
Go
I love
Browns.
Cleveland. No shade to Cleveland. The Robo producer said, Rob, would love to know your thoughts on the Harrison Ford's The Devil's Own. Watched it yesterday. Harrison's birthday. Such a treat. Love the characters.
The Devil's Zone's okay. It deals with Ireland and what do they call it? The Troubles?
The Troubles.
Sure, yeah.
The Troubles. It's a good movie. I'd say it's good. I like it. It's not top tier, but I think Harrison Ford does a great job in it. But but I don't think it's great.
Oh,
That's a fair assessment. Yeah.
I'd rather watch Patriot Games if you're going to talk about it. But that's just because it's more pulp, action, adventure, Tom Clancy. But it's not a bad movie. It's a good movie.
What else?
Jay Bling, talking about erotic thrillers.
Were we?
Have you seen The Voyeurs with Sydney Sweeney on Amazon Prime? It's pretty stupid, but it's quite sexy on Maine.
Because it's her and the what's his name from Detective Pikachu.
On the
Pikachu?
on the spaceship.
No,
Not that one.
No, this is one where it's like they're looking through apartment windows,
Oh, it's
and they're like,
Voyagers.
oh,
yeah, yeah.
Voyagers. Different word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
very
love that.
different.
My reading comprehension needs to be better.
Well, stupid and sexy. What a great. That's
yeah.
That's all I've ever aimed for.
yeah. It's a
Right.
dating profile
Voyeur.
right there.
Lawrence Kasdan's Body Heat, one of the great. You're not very smart, are you? I like that in a man.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Tim Platt said, The Marvels is now one of my most anticipated movies of next year. Quite a feat considering I knew nothing about Ms. Marvel going into the show.
I love that. Tim.
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of agree, honestly.
I'm really excited that more people know about this character now because relatively new in terms of comic book lore
True.
and everything, and such a great character that we all found so relatable and fun. So
Yeah.
I'm excited that other people are excited about her.
Yeah. Luis Enrique de la Peña said, Do you know any curse words in Spanish?
Pendejo.
Puta.
Puta,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one I know. If you want to teach us more.
Chones. That's something, right? What it is?
Welcome to our newest segment. How do we get demonetized in other languages?
Yeah.
Chones, right?
No,
Lingo.
no dinero.
Nalga.
Yeah, there you go. Al Rencha said, DLX Iron Man Mark. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh, that's.
Hulkbuster. Huh?
I forgot what the L is.
Okay, guys. Here's the thing about Hot Toys figures. They're expensive and they're awesome. It's not.
Wait, I didn't even read the question. I just got hung up on the Roman numerals.
Thanks, people suck.
I panicked.
The real answer to this question is, what is your favorite character? What would you like to see on your shelf?
Was that the question?
It was which one of these would you
Which
buy?
one of these?
Okay.
A multiple choice question. And by the way, those are very different things. A prop replica of a gauntlet or a Hulkbuster, or you need to buy what you love the most. What are you going to look on a shelf and go, that Infinity Gauntlet's great? Buy what you love.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the answer to the question. Don't worry about, and of the things you asked, what is it you like the most? I can't tell you what that is.
And don't send me Roman numerals because I'm a dum-dum.
It's 44. Now,
Thank
the
you.
L is,
How is that 44?
L is 50. Minus,
okay.
minus X is 40.
No, I actually
and then
see
it's
it now.
4.
Well,
44.
it's Iron Man, 53, right?
Yeah.
That's 44.
44, yeah.
Oh, what's our next one?
God willing, it doesn't have anything.
No, because
Isn't that 54?
But if
look.
it comes before, we'll work on this later. What else we got?
Okay.
listen, I can do this really quick and we'll move on. L is 50. The X in front of it, you subtract, so it's 40. And then there's 4, so it's 44. Okay.
What's
Actually, but
DLX? No, it's
isn't
fine.
it,
It's fine.
isn't
It's
it
fine.
43? It's Mark 43, which is my favorite Iron Man armor. It's the Age of Ultron armor.
Well, no, because see, that's a V and that's a 5 with a 1 in front of it, so it's minus 5. That's 4. So
No,
it's
44.
Let us know
There
in the
is no
comments down below if
44,
you
right?
like when we explain Roman numerals.
Anyway,
Jermaine
moving on.
King
Okay.
says, now that John is gone, I can finally ask Amy this very important question. Did you love Batman Beyond? Hashtag Batman Beyond Team Assemble. I'm going to have to watch it now. I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's like the young Iron Man, but Batman stuff.
Here's the thing, Amy. You have already become a part of the team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Part of
whether
Team
you've
Batman
seen it or
Beyond.
not.
If you come back and you're like,
in my
it's a dog
soul,
shit
I
show.
have.
Yeah.
Yes.
In my brain, I have.
By the
no.
way, we embrace her, do we not?
Yeah. Who's
Yes.
that? We love her.
Ray, that was a short. That was not. Give me
I
the
didn't get a
response.
harumph out of that guy.
Come on, I need. Amy is Team Batman Beyond. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I want to see.
totally lost.
That enthusiastic.
Yeah, sure,
response.
whatever.
I've been thinking about lunch for the past 15 minutes.
We're almost done here. It's okay.
right.
I've been thinking about a pee break.
James Hoffman said, did you see there's a Marvel Midnight Suns video game coming out this year? It'll be a tactical RPG and Avengers and X-Men characters will be playable.
That's dope.
Like, yeah.
Yes,
Ray's
I
all about
have.
it.
As long as they have the Sentry in it, I'm there.
There we go.
I'm telling you,
know.
man.
Sentry,
I
man.
won't play
Love him.
if they
And I
include
love
him.
the Sentry, but my God,
The
I
Sentry
love
and the
him.
Moon. That's his shit.
The Sentry and the Moon.
I know what gift to get Ray. I'm gonna get him. You know what, Ray?
There is
When
nothing-
I have enough cash where it's okay, I'm gonna get you like a nice copy of like Century's origin comic.
Yes.
Wow. You
It's
should get
only
a
like $3.
slab.
Yeah, a slab. I'm gonna get him a slab so he knows.
CGC 9.8 version of the Sentry comic for Ray.
I'll see if I can afford a 9.8, but I'll get a slab.
You can afford it.
It's like $3.
After this show, we
No
are
one cares about
golden.
Yeah.
After we all get fired.
This moneymaker right here. Goodness.
TJ Slapdragon Watson said, started collecting steel books. Damn you, Rob.
Hey, look, you know what? I'm only the messenger. I just open the door. I throw the party. It's only as good as the people who come.
Is his name Slapdragon?
Yeah.
Wow. Ray Slapora or what? Rob Slapmeyer? Oh no, it only works with Slap.
I don't even know how that's going. But you know what?
I like that nickname for some reason. Slapdragon. It sounds like sort of like
Well,
Like
in
slapping-
For All Mankind, the Sea Dragon rocket was a thing.
never mind.
Okay.
All right.
Let's eat.
Sebastian Gonzalez said, just me or Galadriel vision look like upside down.
No,
Little
a lot
bit.
of people were saying that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just hope we get like a full like medieval running up that hill
Oh my gosh.
moment.
That's chocolate.
Just on a loot.
I'm not certain that I mean, was it a vision? I have to rewatch it. I
Dead
mean,
can dance.
it was a bunch of like people that had drowned, and I'm guessing that was like the destruction of Numenor. So I don't know if that was a vision.
Wait,
or
were
what.
they in lava or were they flying in
It
the
was
sky?
water. No, it was water.
Water.
Oh.
Oh, I thought they were floating.
yeah, I
man.
thought they were floating too.
No. They were. It was.
I
It
got
was.
you.
It was Numenor, I think. But I'm a nerd, so let's.
Anyways, the shot looked cool.
Jasmine Jones said, when you did best movie, worst movie for The Rock, I actually enjoyed the game plan growing up. Him and Madison Pettis' father-daughter role was great, and I do agree that Moana is one of his best.
I agree. I mean, I thought that was a great show. What can I say? I mean, everyone knows animation isn't real. And when you're talking about best movie, worst
I'm going to
movie,
throw a phone at you.
you cannot deal with animation because animation isn't real.
All right. Okay. Let's not. Let's leave it. Hold on. Let me go back to Jasmine Jones. Game Plan is one of my favorite Rock movies. I actually own a disc copy of that, and I do say their relationship was good. He did have the fake tear in it, that one where he's kind of trying to cry, but Madison, that girl in the movie, was great. Margarita.
I want to explain myself, Chris.
Uh-huh.
So I've been doing a panel at San Diego Comic-Con for this is our 20th anniversary this year.
Wow.
I wanted the space battleship Yamato to be in the Starship Smackdown, and I was told for 9 years it wasn't real.
That's bullshit.
It was animated.
Oh
It's
wow.
not real.
Come on.
Starship.
all sci-fi
Hey,
starships are
yeah,
real?
yeah, it's
Yes,
all
they are. If they're
CGI
animated like
and-
the SDF one, not real.
Well,
You know, the space battleship in 2010.
I would love you to tell those fine folks that they can eat a bag of dicks.
Well,
Yeah.
there was
Such
a
dumb
live action
line of
space
thought.
battleship Yamato movie made in Japan, and finally, the space battleship Yamato was real, and it won the Starship.
So
Was
you
that
didn't
live
believe
action
Moana
Robin
should be a
Hood?
part of the conversation?
No, I think Moana was a cop out, and it pissed me off because animated movies aren't real;
That's dumb.
they're animated.
That's dumb and a bad take.
And Cody and John both.
Oh, both
said
of them picked Moana.
yes as the best Dwayne Johnson film. I even think if you asked Dwayne Johnson, he wouldn't say Moana is his best movie because he's not really in it.
We don't have time.
Oh yeah.
we don't have
let's move
time
on.
for me to
Chris,
fight.
Let's go. Let's move forward.
Sally said,
Wow.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
We're still gonna all.
Rob,
eat
you just
lunch.
got ratioed. Let's move on.
Bally said, saw what might be a contender for best movie of the year. Decision to Leave with a nuanced performance by Tang Wei from Lust, Caution fame.
Oh,
I haven't
I'm
seen
not
it.
familiar with that.
No.
Rob, you
Well,
got some?
Contender
well,
for best movie of the year, though.
Let me just say that one of the great disappointments of my life was a third-party company was releasing a 2-pack
Oh my
of
god.
Lust Caution 6-scale figures,
Oh man,
one of which was
that was one of the greatest disappointments of your life.
they decided not
Being
to
a
release
man
it.
is awesome.
They did not. They didn't release it. I have a special edition Lust Caution Blu-ray from Korea, actually. Because yes,
Yeah.
Korea, because they are better than anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Just in terms of physical media,
But what about this guy's suggestion for his movie?
I'm in. man, bring it on.
Sweet.
Oh, yes.
Let's check it out.
Tyler Pfeiffer just clarifying he meant next weekend. Stubble McShave. Do you think Henson's Law, even the best CGI will look crude in 10 years, but awesome puppets will always look like awesome puppets still holds true? Yes.
Yes.
I do.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yes. Next.
Wow, we really agreed on that. Ron H said, love BBC. BBC can be harder. BBC is sometimes longer. BBC robs out. BBC is different than what I'm used to, but you easily get used to it. BBC is awesome. BBC is huge. Cheers to the BBC Batman Beyond crew.
Oh,
Thank you for starting off your Friday right with some BBC.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what a bait and switch.
I wanna
was like,
screenshot
yeah,
that.
the British
No.
Broadcasting Company
Yeah.
is great.
Is that where you went?
That's where my brain went. I watch
Okay.
a lot of British murder shows.
Well, we'll not get into what I watch a lot.
Oh, wow. Wow, bro.
I'm just pure as the driven snow.
Amy.
Apparently.
Welcome to the team.
Oh, thanks for sticking it out with the Batman Beyond crew, you guys. We really appreciate that. I know this show gets a little chaotic. So
What's her Instagram
Yeah.
again, Amy?
At first, I was like thinking he was like, oh, he's talking about the BBC, and like midway through, I'm like, he's talking about us. And I got the little like anime like tear like shine in my eye. I'm like, okay.
That's the last Batman Beyond.
so
That's the last thing I thought of.
Chris Cutrer said, love, I'm guessing Stranger Things season 4
Yeah.
and felt spoiled at the end by the length of the episodes, a far cry from Disney Plus and their 6-episode table scraps. Yeah, the end of the season just felt like almost like I wish they cut it up a little differently, but I agree that like I felt very satisfied by how much of everything we got.
Yeah.
With Stranger Things and also a couple other shows that I know you feel the length of. For All Mankind and Severance, they had full hours. Those things were long. You know what I mean?
But
So-
I do think it really does just come down to like Disney Plus could do successful 6-episode seasons. They just need to write 6-episode stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I do believe that a lot of it just comes into like fit it to what you got. More time would be great though.
absolutely. What else we got?
Jasmine Jones said, "Fun fact: Brie Larson was in Right on Track, a Disney Channel movie, and Kat Dennings was in the Scream team. Also, Evan Peters was on a few episodes of Phil of the Future.
Yeah. A lot of folks start off
Yeah.
on like Disney and Nickelodeon, you know,
That's
so we've
super
got a whole
fun.
bunch of that.
We got Stubble McShave. Between Rob and Chris, there's no movies in the world.
Come on now.
What, between like
That's
our
not true.
knowledge? We haven't
Between
seen a
Rob
lot
and Chris,
of
there's
things.
no movies in the world.
Is that
Or-
means that
yeah.
we have no gulf between us? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Stubble?
I'm choosing to view it as between the two of us, we cover movie knowledge, and that also is not true because there are a lot of gaps in my movie knowledge and my lexicon.
And mine too.
Yeah.
Like the planet Earth has movies from every culture I haven't even begun to see.
For sure. For sure. All right. What else we got?
Al Rencha said, I love the Pacific Rim movies and want a third. The beginning scene from the first movie where the G word is first introduced gives me chills.
Dude, I friggin' love the Pacific Rim movies. They are so
I
good.
do too.
Now, let me just say, the first Pacific Rim film is one of the greatest concoctions ever.
Yes, thank you, Rob.
My God, is that movie not the best?
Controlled robots by. Yeah, that's
Wow.
That's really.
I
cool
mean,
to me.
come on, Jaegers.
Yep,
Who doesn't want to pilot their own Jaeger?
it was what
And I'm not
RoboJock
talking
should have been.
drinking Jägermeister. I'm talking about piloting a Jaeger.
Oh, man. Post college, I had a Jaeger machine in my apartment.
Jaeger
oh my
bombs.
God.
Yeah.
And you're still here.
And I'm
Wow.
still alive, but also, boy, does it explain a lot. What else we got?
Jay Master said, breaking news. Actor Rafael Casal has joined Loki season 2 in a major role, according to Deadline.
Awesome.
That
Always like to
might
see
be
talented.
Monday thing, right?
Wonderful,
Who's
wonderful.
going to play?
But I don't know. John didn't really like Loki. He said so. I actually enjoyed
Okay.
Loki.
I thought it was fun. It was not one of the best.
I'm down
shows,
for
but
another
it's-
season.
Yeah.
We'll
It's pretty wacky. I have a great So-So Toys figure of classic Loki, though. I mean, one of my favorite actors. Come on.
put the spoiler.
With Nail from With Nail and I, Richard E. Grant. That's life. That's reality.
You need to get sponsored soon, right?
You do.
He played Loki.
Grubby Don't Play said, I was disappointed to hear multiple groans in my audience during the gay stuff in Thor. Did any of you experience this? I'm in Chicago. Love yous. Well, that's really
didn't get
disappointing.
Any of that.
No.
That stuff flies over my head. It's normal to me. I don't.
love is love is love. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in LA, it's even just
yeah,
a
I
little
was gonna
more,
say,
but
I might
yeah.
live in a bubble. That could be part of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, that's a bummer in Chicago. I feel like that's a pretty major metropolitan area. But sorry to hear that. Jerome said, watch The Sea Beast on Netflix.
Oh, it's, you know what? Have you seen it?
No, it's in my queue though because it looks adorable.
It's I loved it.
Oh,
It's a beautiful animated film. It's
Even though it's not real.
animation is real.
Thank you. Okay.
But Batman fucking is? Like, what does that mean?
No, only Batman Beyond. We're gonna make it real.
Oh.
We're the Batman Beyond team.
We're the
gonna
BBC, baby.
We're gonna, oh,
The way she says.
oh boy.
So am I the guy in the chair? Like, what am I?
Yeah, well,
Technically, we're all in the chair, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. The technical guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We got David Sock and Lotion sending in $5.
Yes, the best name on here.
The Cuban Sandwich with $20. Thank
you.
you. And Fredo Valcaz. sending in-
Fredo!
Yeah.
That all we got?
Fredo!
That's
We
it.
did it. Apparently, we missed one question from Jerome where he asked what everyone's opinion on The Help and The Blind Side were.
Oh.
I think The Blind Side is wildly overrated. And The Help, I think, has wonderful performances from like Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer. But also, you know,
White Lady Solves Racism.
yep, yeah,
Not
my
really
favorite. What about
the,
you guys?
yeah.
Oh, that's right. We got hung up on the Roman numerals. I'm sorry, Drum. I was going to say let's go back, and then we were arguing about Roman numerals. Apologies.
Sorry, the Romans got in the
okay.
way.
Can we just talk? Can we just have a little Viola Davis appreciation?
Always.
My God, is she fierce? I love her so much. She can be in anything. I don't care what it is. She could be in like the scariest thing I ever saw as a kid, and this is before Darth Vader. Watch this on YouTube. James Earl Jones counting to 10 on Sesame Street.
Okay.
And imagine Darth Vader going 1, 2.
Oh, one.
You laugh all you want. To me, it was scary because the way they did it. And then he does smile, which is when I saw Star Wars, the first weekend it was out.
He's like, please don't
Darth
count.
Vader
Please don't
spoke.
count.
My blood chilled. I was like, that's the dude who's counting to 10 on Sesame Street. I ran out of the room. It was so scary because I didn't know what would happen when he got to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it on YouTube. Imagine me as like, I don't know, six-year-old listening to that. I thought Darth Vader's voice, when I heard it in that movie, was the greatest thing. I thought the people that made movies were smarter than anyone in the whole universe because they picked the one guy
I'm trying
that
to.
scared
How does
me.
that link to Viola
How does
Davis?
that link to Viola Davis?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Viola Davis in this?
Yeah.
She's the same person. Like James Earl Jones can do anything. If you watch him in The Great White Hope as a boxer, Viola Davis, she can be in any movie. Her voice. She hasn't done Vader, but if you watch her in the new trailer, have you seen the trailer?
Mm-hmm. For the Woman King.
Yeah.
Oh my!
You
God.
listen when she speaks.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
Her voice is amazing.
she's incredible. Oh.
Incredible.
I'm
And
watching
why
with her.
anybody? Again, Viola Davis is one of my favorite actresses of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you say she can't do anything because she can?
Oh yeah,
God damn,
she
do I
is the
love Viola
goat.
Davis.
Man, she's great. Do we have any other member chats, Ray? Or are we all done for today?
Pretty good.
Well,
That's it, everyone.
We earned our weekend.
Awesome. Well, yay, we got through it. You got through it. I want to thank everyone in the room here. Rob, where can people find you?
Well, you can find me, here
Yeah.
with you, but you can find me on Instagram where John Campea can't. Because he doesn't follow
Because he doesn't
me.
follow you still.
RM Burnett on Instagram or Burnett RM on Twitter. You can also find me at Post Geek Singularity or postgeeksingularity.com.
All right. Amy Newman, where can the people find you?
I'm on Instagram at amy.n.newman and on Twitter at amy_n_Newman. I do stuff with T3 Media Studios. Basically anything I'm doing, just click on the link in my bio if you're curious.
Boom. All right, Ray, where can the people find you?
they can find me getting some Hawaiian food after this. I want some chicken katsu.
You going to the Scramblers?
That might be good too. Ray Ora with a 0.
All right. And producer Jonathan, where can the people find you?
Oh, you can find me at Troubadour with Keanu Reeves, and if you want it on Twitter.
Nice. And guys, you can find me at actor Chris Carr on both Twitter and Instagram. Also, you can follow my new studio at Speak Friends Studio. on Instagram too. Get some voiceover lessons. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. Have an excellent weekend. Be kind to everyone. And until next time, bye.
Woo.